Hi folks, welcome to episode number 31 of the Masks of Nyarlathotep campaign here at Immortals Inc. in Rocky River on the west side of Cleveland. I'm John, Game Master for the campaign here, and we're a couple of minutes behind as we enter our last episode of the 2019 calendar year because we won't be playing on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. I know you're shocked. But speaking of that, before we get into anything else, Immortals does have a lot of Christmas stuff going on. Come in, they've got gift wrap, they've got pre-wrapped presents that no one knows what's in them, and gift certificates too. So with that in mind, want to start off by introducing ourselves?
My name is Richard McGuire, I think. And I remember I'm a Samus hobo.
My name's Mel. I play Elle Montgomery. She's a criminal.
I'm Nate. I'm playing
Dr. Sean O'Donnell.
Dr. Sean
Dr.
O'Donnell.
Jekyll.
I was gonna go with Cecil.
Hugh has stepped away for the moment.
I'm Diana, I play Trinidad Rizzo, and I'm a dilettante.
All right, so
we have a missing physicist.
Yes, we have a missing physicist. So
With an
let's see,
Necronomicon.
quite possibly.
Does he have an Necronomicon?
I
have it.
I think he does have
That's something that might come up in the recap. So why
I wish I
don't we
rolled that.
get a die roll and see who gets to share what happened last time.
A 6.
There you go.
A 5.
A 6.
4.
Congratulations, you win. Tell us what you won.
Oh, what did I win? I won.
We got you. Go ahead.
I got.
You won a cat statue.
I did. I won a cat statue. I won a visit to. Well, we started off at the market. We went. I remember we went to the
Because
market.
you had left off at the market. Yep.
We left off at the market, so we were at the market, and there we went to a store. We were in Najar was the owner of this little store. We kind of
Dry
got
goods
thrown
store.
out of there as soon as we mentioned
Do you remember anything
Carlisle.
about Najar's appearance?
Half his face was burnt.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice guy, antique store, antiquity dealer, and as soon as we mentioned Carlisle, he threw us out.
Yep.
I believe
We'll
that.
get some.
There's a dog down here.
That
I just
point
like
we
talking
went
to
back
Sure,
and,
there is. Can anybody else see the dog?
Nope.
Because he's waiting for Rich to give him his plate so he can lick after it's all over with and done with. But so then we went over to meet up with Rich. I think he was at the museum.
Nope, Samus was at the museum.
Sandwich was at the yeah, that's right. We I don't know.
Cats.
The cats.
The cat followed. The cat.
But when we met with Rich, did we leave with Rich to go?
So the cat was with Samus at the museum.
Right. Okay.
And he brought him home to the hotel. And then there was the following morning when we decided we were going to go to the museum. The cat sort of like leaped out of his arms and
led us down the alleys.
yeah,
By the way, the cat's name, I checked old notes, is Bast.
of course.
The cat that we followed, or
The
the
cat that
shrine.
you followed, Mustafa's cat's name was Bast.
Okay.
Well, that's convenient.
Okay.
That is
so it was
convenient.
Mustafa's cat then, and that's why I recognized Samus.
Mm-hmm.
So it led us down an alleyway to where we found up and down over a building and down and through. We found a secret cat lair. I don't know. There was cats
The
everywhere.
cat cave.
The cat cave.
A cat cave.
With Catwoman.
And
No, there wasn't any cat.
down there was
Oh,
the
there was a- sort of
statue
there was.
of Basat.
Bast.
Yes.
Fast.
Bast. Which
Wait,
was
there's a statue of the cat that they
Yeah.
followed down there?
No, there's a statue of Bast, the goddess,
Oh,
The
okay.
down
goddess.
there.
So the
It's like a human person with a cat head. Is that
Yep.
the way it works?
That's
Oh.
why it's sort of a Catwoman.
Gotcha.
After looking around and checking
Yeah.
things out, there was a couple empty drawers down there underneath the statue that supposedly held scrolls, I believe, that
That's
were
what
missing.
you guys decided was, yeah.
That was the
Yes.
theory we were going on.
I'm
So I
sorry.
believe that is one of our goals is to try to find those
It's just a suicide mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scrolls.
Did,
But I also believe that I went back to the Nishar's place, the market, and was able to talk to him, find out some information from him. There was a lot going on from him.
Give us a list of the stuff.
Yeah, he did give us a list of things, of information that to follow up on. Come to find out, the next morning in the newspaper, read that he was killed.
I think you did it.
Um,
You're the last person
No,
to see
she
him.
thinks that I did it.
well, there was somebody following us in the alley that Elle just let follow us.
What was I gonna do?
I don't know. So I'm just saying, that's your forte. Something for you to take care of.
I didn't. We already know we have eyes on us. I didn't need to attract more attention to ourselves.
You were in an alley. You could have killed
since we're in
me.
Egypt now, did all of our stuff
He was at
reset?
the end of the street.
Yes.
You got poor
And
Nijar
you guys
killed.
got 2 extra skill points.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that's all I can kind of remember. I know we
You
were
said
going
you
back
had a
to.
list of stuff from Nijar. Did you want to mention what's in that list?
Yeah.
You have that? No?
Go ahead. Go for it. I have it somewhere, but.
A scroll about a hidden room in a pyramid, which we believe was the hidden room in the bent pyramid.
Oh, where everyone went to Crazy Town.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
A circlet made of large zircon, which we know is quote unquote the key to triumph over death.
I must have been gone during this.
A small drum, which is some kind of a symbol of power, and the bust of the Black Pharaoh, which we currently have. And these
Yeah,
are the
he did
4
disappear for like
artifacts
20
that Najar stole
From
Omar al-Shakti,
and gave to
Carlisle, Richard Carlisle.
by way of
Postal Service.
the
Yeah.
Sart.
Basart, that is right. You know, I do have that. I forgot why I wrote Basart. Items of Black Pharaoh. I don't know what that meant, but now that makes more sense.
Okay.
What else did we learn from him? We learned that the Carlisle came to Egypt seeking the Black Pharaoh, and we learned a little bit of history from Najar that Snefru was the one that was able to defeat the Black Pharaoh in the 4th century BC.
4th Dynasty, I think?
700 BC.
Yeah.
Oh, why do I have 4th century BC?
Which, possible miscommunication, but that
Yeah.
Sneferu was the first pharaoh of the 4th Dynasty
Ah,
who
this one.
supplanted the Black Pharaoh, who was the last pharaoh of the 3rd Dynasty.
We'll go back and check the tape.
Yeah.
Hold on a second, then.
Gotta figure out where I went for
How long
20
did it take
minutes.
for everybody to get from
She would have got
London
you eventually. I don't
to
know.
Cairo?
It was
So
several
I'm trying
weeks.
to get the dates here then.
Oh, we determined that it is going to be the 2nd of
June
June.
2nd?
Of
Okay.
June.
Okay, that makes
That
sense.
makes more sense. Thank you.
And can we go back just a little bit, because I forget, how did we end up in London? Did y'all just leave?
We left after our failure.
We needed to get out of there. People were
Yeah, you
Before or
felt.
on
after?
us.
Yeah.
Okay. So we couldn't stop any ritual or do anything with the murder pole there. It's still active.
Still active.
correct.
Gotcha.
But now, the
Spice Girl's in charge.
We decided that we should go
But
back
she's
to
also-
Egypt and figure out what was left there, so that in case there was something in there that we could use.
yeah, if we could
to-
thwart whatever's going on in Egypt, we can thwart the operations.
We just didn't have anything to work with.
Gotcha.
But the cops, if you remember too, though, that her name is now known because her shop was because of our actions.
Right. We kind of tipped them
We
off.
tipped them off, yeah. And they found bodies, and then upon just searching the spice shop, the cops found the altar, the sacrificial room. So her name is technically out there,
Gotcha.
being wanted. And so is
So
our
we,
nose.
so we made it harder on her.
Made it harder on her. So we thwarted them once again, but we didn't defeat them. And with
I think we turned
Gavignon,
over a story to the scoop.
we did like pretty much telling them almost everything sans mythos. But it sounded so ridiculous that
They're gonna think it's a
they're
war
gonna
of the
think
worlds.
it's But at least that the information is actually out there about the conspiracy between Gavignon and all that kind of stuff.
We haven't run across Hook Friend, have we?
No,
Okay.
not in London.
Well, they kind of knew that our story was true, though, or we were onto something because of they found the ritual altar stuff in that basement of that spice shop, didn't they? Didn't
Yeah,
they
but
say
not
that?
because of us. I mean,
Right.
not because of information we gave. They
Right.
did that just because they were good cops.
Right. So that was able to help us convince.
We'll hopefully convince enough scoop
Mahoney?
readers.
Yeah.
Mahoney, yeah.
Yeah. There was something going on.
Yeah.
Some truth in it, anyway.
Yeah, so to escape whatever retribution that the cult would have, we left England.
Anything else that you guys want to?
We are currently in the museum, standing in front of the office of Dr. somebody.
Cthulhu?
I think it's Kazan.
Karoof.
Kafour. K-A-F-O-U-R.
K4?
Kind of.
K4.
What is that? K-A-F?
K-A-F-O-U-R.
He's the curator of the museum.
He is.
Yep, and I'm standing there with the Al-Azif in my hands,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That can't possibly
debating
go
if I'm going to put it back on the bookshelf or not.
It's not a library.
Yeah, I was gonna say how you.
Well, I don't know if
walk
I'm
out with it
truly
anyway.
debating it. I'm drawn to not put it back.
Now, do you remember what time of day it was?
2 o'clock maybe? I don't remember.
It was.
Yeah, our
We
morning
had taken a morning
Hiatus.
siesta,
Okay.
so it should be mid.
Mid-afternoon.
Midday.
Mid-afternoon,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I think it was around the lunch time,
Yeah.
because we agreed that we were going to eat lunch with
And then-
with him.
Yeah, because it was hot. We
It
were
was
gonna
hot
go to the
and-
museum, and it was
Join him for
mildly
Going for
cooler.
lunch, yes.
Okay.
And we learned that, being outside in dark sun hurts us.
Yes. Dr. O'Donnell, you
So
were
our
able
white
to,
pasty skin would
you were
probably not fare
probably
well in Egyptian
consulting
sun.
with some of the local
I need to
physicians
list those
about,
four
or
things
rather,
Sure.
you've been consulting with
Was this-
told us or whatever.
European
yeah, it was a
physicians
scroll.
in Cairo, probably.
I was thinking
That had
possibly
information
involved
about a hidden
in forensic
room
science
in
with the police,
Mhm.
the
meeting with the
pyramid.
mortuary, or not the, what's the word? I can't think. Why am I trying to
Coroner?
Right.
Coroner, thank you.
A
Meeting with the
circlet
coroner
made of
to
zircon.
discuss techniques.
Okay.
And you probably had a morning meeting, so you met them at the museum
Which
at lunchtime as well.
is-
Well, he also got to
he-
inspect the beat up body.
Of to triumph.
Remember
over
the
death.
body that was beat by the clubs?
That's true.
Has there been similar things to what's been happening in New York and London and whatnot in the same area? Bodies trying to the same type of ritualistic craft.
No, not
Okay.
A small
not that
drum,
anyone's admitting to.
which represents some symbols
It's
of
possible
power.
to grease some wheels to see if some people might be more in confidence and say something.
Usually in Cairo,
Lost.
convenient thing about Cairo is you don't have to go that far to get to a desert,
Ah, yeah.
Which is
and it's real easy to dispose
which
of
is
bodies
like
out there.
Pure black, true black material, stone of some sort.
Black onyx. Is that what I was known before?
Something we don't know what it's made of, but it's pure black. We have that. That's on our possession.
So, as you're pondering what to do with the book you're holding, and the rest of you
Scrolling
are
through the pages.
standing outside Dr. Kafour's office, he abruptly stands up and opens the door. And says, I think my guests, please come in and join me. Now, Dr. Kafour is not a young man by any stretch of the imagination. He is looks to be in his mid-60s. He's kind of thin, kind of short, probably about 5'4". It's so good of you to come. Please, thank you. I very much appreciate the time of visitors and experts such as yourself to come and consult here. It's always good to hear the opinions of others. What is it that brings you here today? I know we had this meeting scheduled, but I fear I do have quite a few appointments, so from time to time I do lose track of what the very specific subjects were for each one. But lunch will be arriving shortly, I'm sure, so please come in, take a seat.
Thank you. Well, we just wanted to talk about some local history, actually.
Can I smoke?
Of course. He opens up a cigar box. Please, help yourself. Would you like one as well?
No, thank you.
Anyone else?
Yes,
yeah.
have it.
This is
This
the
is
very
the only
best
time
thing
I get
for
to
you.
do it now. I did quit.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
All right, so questions for the curator.
Yeah.
Yes, that is my job.
Okay.
What can you tell us about a few of or two pyramids in particular? I believe they're known as the Red Pyramid and the Bent Pyramid.
Well, the Bent Pyramid has some unusual stories associated with it. It's interesting that you would pick that combination. They were both built. They were both built by the first pharaoh of the 4th dynasty, Sneferu. Have you heard of him?
I can't say that
We
I
have,
Oh,
actually.
you have?
Yeah.
We have?
We have.
Yes, we have.
Well, we asked that question like last time. I think they were connected somehow.
I'm
The
sure
two
we're
period, the
Faru?
Sniffer.
Yes. I think in English you would spell that Sneferu. Now, that is not where they were. Well, according to the legends, their original purpose was not what they were ultimately used for. You see, there was a powerful sorcerer, according to legend, of course, who needed to be buried quickly so that the dark magics within his body could be contained. And so the pyramid that was still under construction, the Bent Pyramid, was hastily completed and the body contained within it. And then the Red Pyramid was also quickly built as a warding structure to contain that sorcerer's spirits within the Bent Pyramid, lest he arise from the dead and doom all of Egypt once more.
So one was built to house the body, and the other was built to house the spirit.
One was built to house the body, and the other was built as a ward against his return.
So the
It's a
bent
force
one,
field.
the bent one is the
Body.
yep.
Yes, that is so.
How did they originally, according to the myths, how did they originally defeat this powerful sorcerer?
Well, Sneferu was the first pharaoh of the 4th dynasty, and the sorcerer, sometimes called the Black Pharaoh, was the last pharaoh of the 3rd dynasty. He was a worshipper of an old foul god. Originally, he was a sorcerer by the name of Nephran-Ka, and he came to Egypt and rose a cult in worship of the Black Pharaoh and attracted followers. So many followers who eventually came to believe that he was the incarnation of the Black Pharaoh.
Nethrenka?
Nephran-Ka.
Nephran-Ka.
Nephren-Ka.
Ah.
I almost had that correct.
And
Same.
none can distinguish between the deeds of this Nephron-Ka and the Black Pharaoh. Their stories merged once he came into his true power. And the Black Pharaoh fought with those who would succeed the Third Dynasty until he eventually became the very essence of the Third Dynasty.
So how did
Sneferu,
how did he defeat him?
he worked with the goddess Isis, and together they overcame Nephron-Ka's dark magics and slew him. But they were not sure that he was ultimately defeated, and that is why they had to bury him so thoroughly. For he had brought madness and death to his enemies with but the flick of his wrist. He came from a place called Irem, the city of the pillars. Ah, it is mentioned in that book you all.
You know what? I'm just gonna stop writing. There's a lot here.
Well, you said it's going to take like 45 minutes.
Yeah, the city of the pillars, huh?
Yes, Al-Azif wrote about it in that book. It is convenient that you picked it up. You might want to review that section. It is here. And he starts. Oh, I get overexcited. These books are delicate. And he very carefully starts looking through it. It is dense. You may need more time. Would you wish to borrow it?
Yes. Please.
Just see that you return it before you leave Cairo.
I will. Definitely.
Very good.
It's just the necronomicon guy.
So,
Foolish man.
so the city of the pillars
Yes.
is where who dwells again?
That is where Nephron-Ka came from before he came to Egypt.
So, alright, let me get this straight. Nephron-Ka came from the
From
city of-
Iran, city of the pillars, to Egypt.
to Egypt.
And came into power here in Cairo after
So-
he succeeded as the final pharaoh of the Third Dynasty
So, is
and
this-
became the Black Pharaoh.
So, where would this city of the pillars be? Is that in what? near Ur?
Al-Azif talks about it. It is a distant, mythical place. We have never found any evidence for where it might actually be.
Nice.
It could be in Greece.
It could be in Greece, it could be in Bat. I do not know.
Beyond the plains of Lang.
Ah, you know of the plains, yes. But why do you ask about the Black Pharaoh?
No reason.
Oh, do not trifle with me. I can see through your deceptions.
There's a distinct possibility that there may be people who are beginning to worship the old again.
Ah, they have never stopped. Truly, his cult remains active in this city and across the globe to this day.
How do you know that?
They are more than just mere legends. Nephron-Ka, well, the legends of the Black Pharaoh. One of them was that he possessed a massive beast. One of such huge proportions that the Sphinx at Giza is but a small statue of devotion to it. Said to be an image crafted by one of the very few artists who set eyes upon it and still held on to some semblance of sanity.
What artist?
His name has been lost to the ages. He was not of royal blood. Only the true royals got their names written down. And the priests, of course.
Right, of course.
They were the ones who did the writing.
Do you know where any of these groups gather?
Well, there are some who say they still gather beneath the Sphinx. I do not know. I have never been there. I do not know how one might get there, but that is the legend. And it is said that Nephron Kra's voice could carry throughout the entire land, possibly all around the globe, and that his words held vast power, and that the wind that carried those words could destroy any who opposed him. Ah, the food is here. Please, please, come in, come in. Yes, yes, help yourselves, please.
Thank you.
I do.
There's a nice spread of carved meats and cheeses, dates, olives, pita.
And who did you say it was that was supposed to have,
Oh, please, pass me a plate. Thank you, thank you.
that took down Nephron Ka?
Sneferu, the first pharaoh of the 4th dynasty, working with the goddess Isis. For clearly it would take the power of a goddess to overcome one such as the Black Pharaoh. And the Black Pharaoh may not be truly gone, for there is a prophecy that says the Black Pharaoh will arise, fingers and toes, after the Great Good One. Some believe this means that 20 centuries after the passing of Jesus Christ is the time when the Black Pharaoh would return, a time that is upon us soon.
More years.
If this new age
Date,
comes,
right?
it will end the dominance of mankind, bringing freedom and truth to those who worship the Black Pharaoh. For whatever truth that could mean.
What do you think?
I have learned that there are often truths contained within these myths. I have learned that it is the foolish man who expects that science will always triumph over legend, or there may be hidden truths. I have also heard tell that there are worshippers of the Black Pharaoh, inhuman worshippers of the Black Pharaoh, who lurk beneath the deserts, attacking those who travel through their areas. And I have heard that the Great Sphinx at Giza was a site for rituals that Queen Nitocris held.
Why does Nitocris sound familiar? Can you elaborate on this Queen Nitocris?
Yes, I can.
Is she the girl that went on the expedition originally?
No.
No.
Queen Nitocris was a queen of a much later dynasty. And I'm trying to find which dynasty that was. Here we go. You see, the interesting thing about her is the Clive expedition. Have you heard of the Clive expedition?
We have
They are
Just
the ones
recently.
currently digging.
in Memphis.
Yes. The Penhew Foundation sponsored them.
Yeah.
I believe that they have uncovered the mummy of Queen Nitocris. She was a terrifying and evil queen. But not only do I believe they have recovered her, but I believe her mummy was stolen from them after it was recovered.
Who would do such a thing?
The foul agents of the Black Pharaoh who wish to revive her or spread word of her resurrection to inspire new followers of their cult.
Surely, though, all things have an opposition. Is there still opposition?
I certainly hope so. For I, personally, am not a follower of the Black Pharaoh, and I would rather not be devoured by this darkness that they foretell.
What about the priests and priestesses of Isis? Is there still a following?
Not that I know of. Have you heard tell?
No.
It certainly would be convenient.
It would.
Do you have any other books on this matter that we could look at, perhaps, to gain some more understanding? Or at least point us in a direction where we can find some more about this, especially this time period?
Oh, certainly. After we finish here, I will be happy to show you the section of the library shelves.
Do you have any artifacts here in this museum that came from the Red Pyramid or the Bent Pyramid?
I do not. No. Those areas have been fairly well preserved, and we have not so far.
Oh, excavated. Anything?
Yes.
Do you believe we had heard rumor that there was some evidence of hidden chambers within the Bent Pyramid? Have you heard such things?
I have heard rumors to that effect, but I have not heard any evidence of them. Nothing truly accurate. I think perhaps someday, someone could bring in a large X-ray machine and search like that.
That's pretty new technology.
It is but a theory.
Theoretically, what would happen if the Red Pyramid's ward were to be broken?
Well, according to legend, no one would then know when the Black Pharaoh rose, and Nephron-Ka could return to his full power, and Egypt would be devoured.
So you're telling me that the Red Pyramid doesn't prevent him from coming back. It's just a warning that when he comes back.
That is how I understand it, yes. Are you seeking information about the Clive expedition?
Yeah, that would be helpful too.
Do you know if there might have been do you know of anybody in that expedition, working that expedition right now?
Well, the thing of it is that they have not been anxious to talk to me for the most part, but there is a Dutch archaeologist, Van Hoevelen, Vanheuvelen, Velen, Van Hoevelen. His first name is Jan Willem. He was working with the expedition, but they let him go. I do not know for sure why. But he has been looking for work. Perhaps you could pay him a few dollars and he would be willing to talk.
What is your relationship with the Penny Foundation?
Well, I had corresponded with Sir Aubrey Pennew before he participated in the Carlisle expedition, in fact. We corresponded quite a bit. He had a particular interest in the Black Pharaoh. It's interesting that you should mention him after we discussed the Black Pharaoh so much. But he seemed very focused upon it. And we had corresponded and seemed to have a bit of a bond, and even met a couple of times. But then when he was last here in, 5-6 years ago as part of the Carlisle expedition, He did not come to visit. It was as though I were not here. And when I went out to the dig to see how things were going, he dismissed me. He wanted no part of me.
Where was that dig at?
Well, that was by the bent pyramid,
Okay.
now that you mention it.
Huh.
But the odd thing, in the brief interaction I had with him at that time, he seemed younger. As though something had revitalized him. I do not know what. I cannot explain it. Perhaps he just had excellent hair dye. I do not know, but he seemed much younger. And distant. As though with his youth had come the price of some portion of his soul.
Who gives the permission to have digs?
Well, the government. A contract must be established with the Egyptian government.
And do they ask for your input in such things?
Seldom. I am simply the museum's curator. I am not a member of the Board of Antiquities.
I understand.
Does anyone from the Board of Antiquities request your expertise?
Seldom. They are all established archaeologists in their own rights. No disrespect intended. I am merely the keeper of this of this humble collection.
Nothing from your collection has gone missing recently, has it?
I am not aware of anything having gone missing. Were you
Oh,
planning
you
on
said
taking
you
something?
You didn't have much
I
from the
joke.
from the two pyramids. You didn't have much from them anyway.
No.
Okay. So nothing would have been taken anyway.
That reminds me.
What brings you? What has led to your curiosity about the Black Pharaoh?
Oh,
We hear of antiquities being found.
various pursuits has led us to Cairo.
What sorts?
Things along the lines of what we've just been talking about. We're more.
I remember another man who asked
Yes,
about
sir.
the Carlisle expedition. Who?
Basert?
I do not know that name, no.
Jackson.
Yes, Jackson Elias.
Yeah.
He came and visited, met with me. He seemed very, very driven to find out more about the Black Pharaoh. But he also seemed very nervous. He was constantly looking over his shoulder, seeking all over the place, as though the very shadows were ready to jump out and get him. I do not know why he was so frightened, but after we met once, we scheduled a second meeting, and he never returned for it. I did not know. Gesundheit, Doctor.
Sorry.
I do not know if he was so worried that he did not feel safe coming to visit me, or if our first meeting had somehow disappointed him. And I remain concerned if I was unable to answer his questions, or if he simply thought me a fool.
Unfortunately, Mr. Elias has passed away.
Oh, very sorry to hear that. I hope it was under the most peaceful of circumstance.
Quite the opposite.
Indeed.
Let me ask you something. You seem to know quite a bit about the interconnectivity of all of this Black Pharaoh worshippers. Does the bloody tongue mean anything to you?
I have heard that name, yes.
What about what's that?
Bloated woman.
Bloated woman.
You are familiar with Nyarlathotep.
Getting there.
The Black Pharaoh's worship is global. It is part of a pantheon of gods. The outer gods. A demon sultan, Azathoth, leads this pantheon. I have seen the servitors of these dark gods in the desert, and the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh freely consorts with these demons. I know nothing of their organization or their leadership or what it is they do out in the desert, but I know that they are there, and I believe that these worshippers form cults in other lands as well. The Bloody Tongue is a name you mention, for that is elsewhere in Africa. They are most powerful in Kenya, Britain's colony there. They worship a monstrous god there. Yet another mask.
God of the mountain.
Yes. And this is but another of the many thousand masks that dread Nyarlathotep wears.
What position do you know of that Nyarlathotep sort of sits on, within the positions of the outer gods, the
I
hierarchy?
believe it depends upon which of the masks he wears at the time.
He's not more powerful than Azathoth?
None are as powerful as the Dread Sultan.
So Azathoth is like Zeus? If you want to compare.
Only if Zeus wishes to devour all and constrain those who would destroy all that exists at the same time as he seeks to do it for himself. Most gods of humanity and mythology have some sympathy for humanity. That is not the case with these outer gods.
And what is their goal? It can't be just to eat.
These are beings more powerful than you or I or the cat can comprehend. Their goals are as foreign to us as our understanding of physics is to an ant.
Have you ever directly opposed these forces before?
There's no opposing them. There may be some
It's not for-
manipulating of these powers that they wield, but I am no master in these arts. I have read Al-Azif though, and I know some small magic.
Like what?
We'll have to read Al-Azif to find out.
He
He knows magic, so.
sits down. Close the door, please. He grabs a chalice of water and focuses on it, and then picks it up and goes to pour it, and instead of water pouring out, a cascade of dust comes out.
Nice trick.
That doesn't seem very useful.
These are powers that are focused on destruction rather than creation. While this sort of purpose may not serve great use on a glass
To
of
you.
water, it is far more effective when used against the water within a being.
Tank girl.
Can you teach us this?
Mm-hmm.
That is not my place, and that is not a swift process.
Where do we go to learn?
Are there any gods?
Where's Yoda when you need him? I thought he had a Yoda shirt on too. I was mistaken.
Learn English, you must be 42.
Well, we know that Isis was in opposition to the Black Pharaoh. So can we assume that Isis was also in opposition to the Outer Gods?
She would be, because she's probably
Or
higher
it's,
up in rank.
or it's just another outer god that didn't want that outer god to.
Yeah, I mean, are
what
there
wanted to
different
do.
gods that are opposed to the Outer Gods?
That is what we live in hope, that these other myths, or perhaps Isis was just a powerful sorcerer who was able to aid Sneferu as he opposed Nethrin-Ka. But would it be that there could be another sorcerer so powerful in this time of need to oppose whoever is part of the whoever worships the Black Pharaoh and seeks to bring about his return at this time?
Who would be your best guess?
Well, I certainly hope it might be one of you, because it is not me.
We've been spending some time talking about the Black Pharaoh, but there are a few other questions that we have.
I want to know who we learned this trick from.
Probably this book.
Indeed,
You cracked the cover of the book?
I have read Al-Aziz.
What do you know about the black rites of Leve Karaf? I'm totally butchering that. I forgot.
Context, because that's not ringing any bells for me either.
This is the scrolls of Bast's statue that have been stolen.
Oh,
Yeah, I interpreted the writing.
Luve Karaf.
Lave.
Luve Karaf. Luveh-Keraph. I have not heard of these. What are they? If you would do me the honor of explaining.
We're not sure. We believe we discovered
Do you think
a
that
shrine?
anything with black in its name is bad, necessarily?
I do not necessarily think so. I do not think if a black cat crosses your path that you must fear for your life.
What if it goes between your legs?
I have no reason to believe that is a curse inherently.
It's good news.
Do you?
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you have any texts on
Right, Diana?
the 13th century?
We'll say in real life. or
13th
game life.
dynasty? I mean,
Of course. What is it you wish to see about them?
this Louvet Karaf may have been a high priestess of Bast, or a high
Oh.
priest of Bast.
And you think perhaps Bast might be the one to oppose the Black Pharaoh?
Yes.
Yes.
That certainly would be convenient then. Where have you found these texts?
Actually, some scribbled glyphs on a shrine that we discovered in the old city.
Within the city proper?
Yeah.
Oh, I would be fascinated to see these. Could you perhaps take me there?
No.
20 lefts and 30 rights. You'll get there in an hour or two.
There's a cat that guided us.
A cat. You jest. That is most funny. Huh.
Yeah.
We were talking about magic.
So was your
Yeah,
magic trick.
You just
Cat.
turned
You just turned
water
a pitcher
to
of water
dust.
into dust.
So believe that a cat led us to this statue.
You can also believe that in Singapore, there's a cult of the bloated woman who's working with a cult in London who's working with a cult that we
Look at him.
destroyed
He's going.
in New
He's going.
York, which we also believe has a cult in Kenya and possibly in Australia. Our friends, very close friends, have died in this pursuit, and we are picking up where they left off.
Well, then I wish you the very best of luck. What can I do to assist you?
Teach me your magic.
It is not a rapid process.
I
open your libraries to us if we need them?
Of course.
Do you have associates in other parts of the world that we can also confer with?
I could write you letters of recommendation.
None of those happen to be in the Boston area, I hope.
Well, I did have a contact at Miskatonic.
That's all right.
Dr. Alexander.
When did he write?
It has been years.
It's been years.
Yes.
If he ever sends you anything else, do not respond.
We believe that he may have been.
There's no belief. He's now.
He's been corrupted.
He's been corrupted.
He's been infected.
No, he's just decided to.
He defected.
He
to
defected.
oppose.
Yeah, he defected to
This
the
is-
side of the cults.
Very sad news.
Yes.
He was a
He drank the Kool-Aid.
very knowledgeable man,
He was.
or so he seemed. He also had once seemed to be an honorable one.
He was.
There's something that we learned as well that I whisper the name Omar Al Shakti.
Do not say that here. You should. After you get to
Omar.
he says he stops you.
Here you
Okay.
go again.
Yeah. I take it that
Was
you
this guy
know.
like Voldemort or something?
Yeah. I take it that you know who I speak.
I have heard the name. I do not wish to hear it again. That
Is
is
it-
a name that draws power
Is it
and
an
draws
actual
attention.
person?
I will not speak it again.
So this he who must not be named is an actual person.
He holds tremendous power in this world.
We got all of our stuff stored at his warehouse.
No, you have all your stuff stored under his name.
Well,
Under our name, just we use his name as
Yeah, you
reference
name
to get
dropped
us in
him.
the door.
Yeah.
We had heard that he is after something that is buried within the foundation, maybe, at the Mosque of Ibn Tulun.
That could be. I do not know what might be buried there, though.
What do you know about the history of that mosque?
That mosque is a wee bit newer than the things I normally studied by about, 3,000 years.
Yeah.
So it wasn't something. It wasn't something else before it became a mosque.
If it was, no one told me.
Do you have any colleagues that are more familiar with, like, local history? Local history being, within the last 100 to 200 years of the modern Egypt.
You may find this hard to believe, but there is a merchant who operates. I believe he has a place on the Street of Potters.
No?
Yes, his name is Najar.
Oh, Street of Potters? Oh.
Najjar and the Bazaar.
Yeah.
Faraz Najar. He deals in many touristy type things, but he is surprisingly knowledgeable when it comes to recent history.
Well, I believe that he made...
He's surprisingly dead.
What?
Yeah.
Who's in the paper?
What happened to him?
Was murdered last night.
Oh, poor Faraz. A drink in his name.
A drink in his name.
I drink some of the dust.
I feel like we should definitely at least.
Al, a drink in his name.
I did.
Do you have your own types of protection?
Don't push it.
Not from us, mind you, but from those who would probably be asking about us.
What sort of protections do you have in mind?
The same types of protections that you use to turn water to dust.
I have some means.
Feel
He's asking for superpowers.
No, he was asking if Kafor was
Right.
safe.
Okay.
At least that's my taking of it.
Yeah.
obviously feel bad because it seems that people who help or even talk to us tend to have their lives in jeopardy.
I'm rather attached to mine.
Exactly. And I don't want you to feel as though we're just using you for information, but it would be hard to tell your secretary, hey, we want to deal with someone who could possibly kill your boss.
So what you're
Yes,
basically saying,
I would not want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
if we don't ask him all the questions now, we might not get a second chance of asking him questions.
I do not like where you are
I have
headed.
to say that in front of him.
That's what I do.
We tend to be making enemies of very powerful people.
It certainly sounds that way.
And I don't want you, if you feel as though continuing to talk to us would be detriment to your life, then we'll leave.
It's too
Are
late.
there any specialists, anyone that specializes in
Killing
bats?
people?
No. I'm back on the cat god.
I am familiar with Bast. She does not have a wide, far-reaching
Yeah,
cult
that's
anymore.
what you had said. That's a shame.
We do have.
There are those who will say a prayer to her when they lose a pet,
Hmm?
whether that be a permanent loss or what, perhaps when a cat has simply gone stray. They may say a prayer to her or make an offering. Often, those offerings are consumed by other strays, perhaps perpetuating the cycle, leading to more strays.
Hmm.
Well, if we can, I'd like to look through what you have on the 17th century or 17th dynasty. That's
13th Dynasty?
Yep, that's exactly what I meant to say.
Of course. Right over here. Is everyone through eating? I will have my secretary clear the plates.
Yes, thank you. It was very good.
I grabbed some more dates.
Okay.
The bowl, I mean.
I say no. Leave mine alone.
Okay. Well, after you guys finish your meal then, clears the plate. Yes, plate's cleared. There's a dead monkey on the floor from eating the dates.
I hate dates.
You.
It's gonna be okay.
They have a lot of fiber.
He takes you over and shows you the section of books on the 13th Dynasty,
Okay.
so that you can take a look through there. Let it out.
Did he ask something about how, is there anything that you can teach us or allow us to use that would be protection against some of these? Did he ask that, or was that?
He did not ask that.
Okay. I'm
Sorry.
just looking for, I thought you did in some roundabout way.
I
So I
asked
didn't
if
wanna
he
cover
had
it again.
protections for himself.
Okay.
He seems useful. I don't want him to be dead.
Right. But we don't want to die either. So do you have anything that could possibly help us, protect us, a ward for ourselves maybe?
Well, I am not sure how effective they are, but I do have some talismans that have come into the museum, and I have not been able to date them. So if you would like to carry them, you are welcome to do so. And he pulls out a tray of samples and sets it on the table. That has, he kind of pushes aside a plate of hummus and sets it there and opens it up, and they are
Vibrating.
There is a tray of small stones, and they are covered in hieroglyphics, and there are 8 of them. in
Can
the
I
box.
tell what they say?
Yeah, I mean, looking at them, they are devotions to different Egyptian deities. You see one of Horus, another of Ra, Isis, and on through the...
The pantheon.
Okay, guys, we each take one, and we can become Bebo later. No, I think I would love to take one. Or all of them.
And I hope that one brings you all the luck in the world, and good fortune, and the protection that you seek from the dark forces in this world.
Thank you. Hopefully I'll return them to you.
I'm gonna take one too. Thank you.
Which gods are you guys taking?
I'll take
Well-
ISIS.
Okay.
Well, you see, it's a two-way deal. It's like if you take something.
Right, you have to give something.
Well, it's not even that. They can now know where you are or whatever. It's almost like a tracking.
Oh, I'll put that back then.
It's just something to consider.
No, thank you.
I'll take one.
Well,
Which god?
we just don't have much.
Yeah, which one do you think's a
Who
good
can
one?
track you? The gods or the
Well, ISIS was trying
the
to
gods can track you? If you take
Probably.
one?
protect against the Black
Who's
Pharaoh.
knowledge?
Well, then I'll
Anubis?
take one. Okay, I want the gods
Anubis?
will follow me.
That's the one I take.
I think, don't I?
I don't know. I like to be incognito.
What options
Since
do
I don't
have
know
with the
which
gods?
one is good and which one's bad,
Any
I
of them
prefer
of
not
the
to have any.
All right.
Pantheon.
So we've got an Isis and an Anubis.
That tells me nothing.
Take Ra.
It's
You
me,
Take
you.
Ra.
What do you think you want? What do you think you?
Is
are
there a
gonna
cat
get?
one there?
There is a bast.
That seems fitting for you.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask the cat if it's a good idea?
Is the cat still with me? I thought it
Oh,
stayed
it's-
at the.
cat's
Cat's
with
still
you.
there.
I thought it stayed.
Oh,
at
it led us back out of
Of the
the
temple.
maze. Yeah.
So I could put that one on a string and wrap it around the cat's neck.
Well, there's no hole.
Oh, it's just
It's a
It's
stone.
just like a
rock. I was thinking it was like a piece of jewelry. Well, we
No.
could make a necklace. I'm sure I could find.
We can
could-
wire wrap that.
I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
could wrap it in leather or
You have
netting or
craft.
something.
Yeah.
I actually have I have what's it called?
I think it's
Macrame?
generic.
No,
Craft.
I have metalsmithing
Okay.
and germologist.
All right.
Oh,
Gemologist.
Yeah, cool.
Gemologist.
Is it
Yeah.
gems or germs?
Yeah, you can make a big old
I'll make
bracelet or
but
necklace
yeah,
or
you
something.
can use it as a shield.
Put it on a what's the Egyptian armband?
Yes.
And if you're hoping these are ion stones or something, I think.
It's gonna. If you let it go, it starts spinning
think
around
I'm
your
wrong?
head.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just don't have anything.
Which was there a
And if
deity you
it-
picked, Diane? Or
Since I am
Trinidad?
not aware of them or what they are,
Well, let's see.
I'm just gonna grab one because
You grabbed the jackal-headed one.
Yep.
You grabbed the cat-headed,
Well, the one
You
that
grabbed the
there's like a night god,
hawk-headed.
and that one's considered to be like evil.
and you grabbed
Isis.
human.
I forget
Isis is
which one it
human-headed.
is.
There's going to be a snake head left, an ibis head
Was it a
left.
horse?
I'm gonna say
Did
snake.
you pick horse?
Oh,
Snake's
I
all
picked
over.
Anubis
There's not going to be a
jackal.
snake.
Oh, they just said snake head left.
I
Yeah,
said
that's
ibis head
ibis.
and alligator head. I didn't think I said snake.
Who's the alligator? Saket.
Apep.
I bet.
Yeah.
And there's probably
ibis?
another hawk head.
The ibis. What is tote?
Hawk. I'll take the hawk.
All right, because you grabbed
A call.
Ra,
a call.
right? So yeah, you've got Horus.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, Boris?
Horus. Horus.
Boris. Bill. Jim.
Boris.
Ancient Egyptian god Joey.
Out of the
See, I can
moon,
relate to
Joey.
I can relate to that.
Ralph.
Joey. Mike.
God of Death. Mike.
Bob.
Well,
It's my
Robbie.
thing.
Then the higher god, Billy Bob.
Yeah.
He's got
who
two
knows?
Yeah.
I mean, in thousands and thousands of years, it could be, the god Steve Jobs.
That's terrible
You know?
thought.
Or now.
Right. Well, okay, now.
I think we'll go more abstract. We'll just call it computer.
Or now.
The god computer.
Yes, when the archaeologists look at the 21st century and our worship of apples,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
everyone just stared at their apples.
Oh my god.
Listen to this great short story about about far future extraterrestrials that come to Earth long after we're gone, and they're trying to piece together our language and our culture by looking at like what they're finding in the harbor of New York and maps and stuff, and they find the Statue of Liberty, and they think that we must have been a great barbaric murderous race because they believed that the Statue of Liberty was holding a great weapon that must have been lost in the tides, you know? That like we built
Awesome.
such a huge statue to a warrior. Like no wonder why these humans died.
Or it could be like Planet of the Apes. It's just buried in the sand on the beach.
Yeah.
All right. So you were going to look through the records of the 13th Dynasty. Was there anything else you guys wanted to address with Dr. Kafur?
So would he know anything about? Would you know anything about the scrolls that were under the statue of the?
You
we asked.
Wait,
asked them
you
that?
found a
Okay.
statue of Bast?
Yes.
Yeah, we already told you that.
In a shrine.
You already asked to
The
find
hidden
it.
shrine somewhere in the old
We
city.
don't know where it is.
Yeah, we can't take you
Well, you told me there was a shrine. You didn't tell me there was a statue.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything about scrolls.
Yeah, we asked
Yeah.
you about the black rites. Or
Well, I did not know they were connected.
Yeah.
You told me that you asked about the black rites. You did not tell me that the black rites came from the shrine to Bast.
Yes.
Oh, I have not heard of this. This sounds very fascinating. Where did you hear about them? How did you get the name of them?
Our amateur archaeologist over here.
Oh, I did not realize you were an accomplished archaeologist.
I'm not accomplished at anything.
How is it you had heard of them then?
Yeah, there were slots.
I
for
studied.
them.
I studied
thought you were
hieroglyphs on the boat over.
There's 10.
10 scrolls.
10 scrolls.
On the boat I took to Egypt. That's the extent of my knowledge.
He
But
learned hieroglyphics
the cat-
on a boat.
The cat took us there. We already told you that.
The cat took you to the temple,
That's right.
and the cat told you the names of the scrolls?
No, they were written on the
They
statue.
were written.
Ah, this makes much more sense now. I see. So the names of these scrolls came from the statue that you found in this temple.
Yeah.
And you will not take me here because you hate me.
No, because we don't
Because
know
it's
where
dangerous.
it's at. We can't lead you there because
30 lefts and 20 rights.
maybe we were led there.
Plus, it's dangerous. You don't want to be seen with us.
Even our guide.
But you are telling me of a precious find, of which I could, no doubt, extract samples for the museum and perhaps write many papers.
Well, here's this cat right here.
Okay.
Ask it.
And that cat will lead you to
Cat will
the...
lead you there.
He starts to pet it and it looks at him and hisses and jumps back on your lap. It
And scratches
does not
my
seem
eyes
to
out.
like me.
I think it
We're
might
not- we're not-
want you to
We're not being
disturb the
facetious when
shrine.
we said that cat literally led us to the shrine.
I'm pretty sure we wouldn't be able to find our way back if that cat didn't tell us how to get back there. And the cat does not seem fond of here.
No, it does not.
However, I think perhaps if you were able to help us uncover the secrets of these black rites of Louvet Karaf, then maybe Bast will guide you to her shrine.
You can bask in the glory of Bast.
I will look through my records and see if I can find anything about this.
You didn't like that one. I was disappointed.
Wah, wah.
Where can I get in touch with you? Should I find something?
We're staying at the Shepherd Hotel.
I will send a messenger if I find anything.
That'd be great. I will take good care of this book.
Please do. And please do return it before you leave Cairo.
I will.
Thank you. Do not hesitate to contact me if you have any further questions. I do not know everything, but I do know a fair bit about the things about which I know.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Doesn't everybody know a lot about something
Yep.
and nothing about everything?
That is true knowledge. Knowing what you do not know.
You do not know.
I said, all I know is that I know nothing at all.
Exactly.
All right.
By this point, it's probably about, let's say, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
The museum catches on fire.
Shockingly enough, it does not
Okay.
Yeah.
yet. to from here, folks?
Find the old lady. Or
Well, we don't have to do the research on trying to find what this High Priest Leve Karaf is, so hopefully we'll get a hint of that.
We gotta go get some materials to make a
wire wrap necklace
collar for the
for the stone.
for the
yeah,
cat.
collar for the cat.
Well, are you looking through the museum's archives, or are you having Dr. Kafour do that for you and get back to you?
I think as long as stuff is written in Arabic, I can probably do the research too.
Okay. So are you guys going to hang out at the museum while Kurtz researches this, or are you guys going to go do something else while he shoves his nose into lots of books?
cat collar.
I wouldn't mind shoving my nose in some books here too.
How's your Arabic?
It could be fantastic because I have plenty of points that I never assigned. Now I just have to justify how I would know Arabic.
Generally speaking, that is fairly important.
Never tried to pick up such a.
Oh, at some point here too, like Mahmoud, I'm gonna give him like some money, like an appropriate amount of money, you know,
Couple
like
of dollars.
$1, $3, something like that, just to like keep him so he can keep himself busy while we're doing all this stuff all day.
Okay.
Unless he really wants to hang out at the museum, but I'm still gonna give him $3 or something.
Sure.
And then tell him, you know, to meet us back at the hotel, you know, this evening, so we can go over what we're going to do in the next day or so.
Okay. Yes, of course. I will be more than happy to do that. And he goes running off.
Okay. I don't think the boy wanted to hang out with a bunch of people talking about ancient gods. I don't want him to hear it. That's kind of what I'm doing. So, like, when we first go,
Sure.
why don't you hang out at the museum for a couple of
Justify
months?
the Armenian slaughter. Red Cross had people out there to help.
Sure.
That was part of the Red Cross.
All right. That's fair.
Picked up there.
So the two of you are hanging out at the museum, searching through books for more information about the 13th dynasty. What are Elle and Samus doing?
I'm gonna go try to find some leather or something to make a collar for the cat.
You want to try to make a collar, or you want to tool around the bazaar, because they'll probably be more than happy to.
Yeah, well, that's fine too.
You can certainly find a nice looking cat collar.
I don't have a lot of money though.
Sure you do.
Well, are you gonna steal it, or are you going to?
I do have stealing.
Barter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have barter also. I have lots of stuff. I just don't have a lot of money.
No. Yeah. Cat collar isn't going to cost you a lot of money.
Okay.
I mean, what are you looking for?
Well, something to attach the stone to.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't want it on him. He wants it on the cat.
I'm putting it on the cat.
I see.
It's a strategy. I don't know if it's a good strategy, but it is a strategy.
You know, that's really interesting.
Well, I put mine in my pocket with my big shard of tourmaline.
It's like a living cat totem.
What is that?
Black tourmaline.
Are you sticking with Samus, or are you?
Yeah, I'm hanging with him.
Okay.
What is it?
Black tourmaline.
Well, you guys are wandering through a bazaar. I want to make sure I present this the right way. Go ahead and either one of you can give me a roll for sense trouble and tell me if you're spending points.
You want me to roll?
I don't care.
You can both roll if you'd like. I didn't mean just one of you.
We need to sense trouble because we're in the market.
Yeah.
Well, if they're stealing my stuff, they're probably not going to be happy
They're
with
going
what
to be
they get.
disappointed.
Disappointed.
But I will spend a
really-
point. That gives me a
The
3. And a nice ring off the mug.
Yeah, it was a lovely sound.
No points.
Okay.
You go ahead.
With a 1.
All right.
Oh, God.
So amazed at the culture, you know, it's like, look at all this stuff.
So, probably because Samus is the one that's doing the shopping, you guys end up in a kind of a dingy, less affluent part of the old
Feels like
city.
home.
Yeah, I was going to say, what?
And it's
We're both
actually
like, hey.
called the Street of Moths. And you stumble into a clothing store, a tailor shop, actually. And
The clothes are half eaten.
the clothes are well worn, let's say.
I just went to the bathroom.
Trinidad, were you hanging out at the museum? Were you going cat collar shopping with Samus and Elle, or were you going to do something else?
I'm gonna go collar shopping with those two.
Okay.
Yeah, we need your money anyway.
Obviously.
So, yeah, surprise. Can you toss me a sense trouble then and tell me if you're spending points on it before you roll?
Spend some points.
it's
We
probably
didn't do
not that
very
Or you
well.
don't have to. I mean, if you don't want to spend
We didn't do
if you don't want to make the roll, you don't have to.
What is it? Sense trouble?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll spend a point.
Okay.
5 then.
All right. Because
For some reason,
Samus is the one
these two-
leading this shopping expedition, he has led you down to the most disreputable, poorest-looking part of the old city that you can imagine. I mean, you're not sure if these are shops or just the hovels that people who don't bathe currently live in. You're really, I mean, these people are filthy. They're probably all going to try and steal money from you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're kind of not wild about this whole situation.
You have a gun, right?
I do have a gun.
I have a knife. That's about the only thing worth stealing on me.
Well, there's the cat.
Yeah.
And as you're walking past this tailor shop, you notice the merchant is frantic with a broom sweeping 2 cats out of his shop. And you hear "Meow" as a cat goes flying across the street, and you hear him cursing rapidly in Arabic as he does it.
I didn't know cats could speak Arabic.
I speak Arabic. What does he say?
You got from the tone of his voice, you were pretty sure he was cursing. From what you hear is, "You flea infested
Just
demons, be gone from my store."
Yeah, the demons.
Oh, the demons.
Yeah.
I agree with them. Cats are demon. They're demonic.
They're not.
I agree with them. See, even the cats are here. Let's go. Let's go.
What does
So
your cat
are
do?
those like the only
What
two
does
cats?
his cat
do we
do?
see cats all over the place or anything? Or
Those are the only 2 cats you saw, other than the one that Samus is carrying.
Well, that's probably
does
not
your
a good
cat do?
place to find a cat collar.
Right.
Guy
We're not
does-
what kind
does
of
your
store
cat
was
react to
that?
any of
That
that?
wasn't really
It
a
was a
store.
tailor shop.
It was a tailor.
does his cat react to any of that?
Yeah.
getting hair all
Well,
over
as
the
those
suit.
2 go flying, your cat Bass jumps out of your arms and goes scurrying into that shop. And the merchant is holding the broom, looking at those 2 cats as he sees the cat go flying between his legs. And
You need a new
he lets
ascot.
forth
Or
a
something.
ah!
Is this a
And-
catastrophe?
He's
turns
going
and-
to get his cat.
We need to go.
Turns and walks back into the store with the waving the broom and saying, "Out, cats, out!"
Might be
There goes
worth
your
checking
cat.
out.
Go get your cat. That's what I'm going to say. Go get your cat.
I didn't know it was my cat. I thought it was your cat.
It's totally your cat. It stays on you.
It stays on me.
It stays on you.
Just rub your talisman and tell him to come back.
I don't speak cat.
Then just rub the thing.
I don't speak Arabic either.
Go follow after your cat.
Okay, I'll go follow after the cat.
Okay.
That seems like a bad idea. I'll do
All
it.
right. So it's a tailor shop. I mean, that's pretty clear. There's yards and yards of fabric all over in here. You see a sewing machine, a manual sewing machine, and you see a curtained off area that you presume is a back room. There's a flight of stairs
Are there any moths?
leading up. You do not see any moths.
Oh,
Good.
okay.
Um,
I'm disappointed.
I'm following him in. I'm following behind him.
and the cat is right. Bast is standing
Right by the
right
curtain.
by the curtain to the back room, and he's kind of got his
Hey,
head
you.
cocked back, looking at you, in spite of the fact this guy is coming after him with a broom. Yeah,
The cat's basically doing this.
yeah, essentially.
So I'll wait for the guy to swing the broom and see what's behind the curtain.
He swings the broom and the cat jumps out of the way.
And is there anything behind the curtain?
The curtain didn't move.
I guess the cat should have been closer to the curtain.
Apparently.
You want to
You
go behind the
hear-
curtain?
No, I don't want to go behind
You
the
wanted
curtain.
to come
I'm
into
gonna
the
say,
shop.
excuse me, kind sir, why are you...
Are you saying this in English?
In Arabic.
Oh, okay.
I speak Arabic.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask him why is he so upset with the cats? Why are you swinging at the cats?
cats all
Calm
these
down.
buildings?
And
I do not know why these cats keep coming into my shop. We have never had cat problems before, but all of a sudden it is like we opened a fish market. There are cats everywhere. Look at this.
All of a sudden?
Yes,
Since when?
it has been 2-3 days. I do not understand
Days
it.
ago.
Are they trying to go to
In
any...
the meantime, Bast ducked behind the curtain.
Follow your cat behind the curtain. We're talking to this guy.
Well, maybe the cat will fetch the scroll or whatever while we keep the guy occupied.
I'm going to get a collar for you. One of them straight ones where I can push you. So
You know-
I'm trying to edge him to get and go behind the curtain and see what's back there with the cat.
You know, we had
Yes.
those in the first scenario. They were down underground in New York. They had it for the snake thing. The face snake. Am I bringing back fond memories? No.
So, what brings you to my store? How can I, a humble tailor, assist you? Are you looking for a dress, madame? I am sure that I could craft a
Say yes.
beautiful piece that would be suited to complement
Ask him for a
the
cat collar.
perfect
Say
color of
yes.
your
Actually,
hair.
my
Yes,
friend here
and
is
get some
looking
measurements.
for-
Snake behind the curtain.
Actually, my friend here is looking for a nice,
Say it's
a custom collar made, or not a collar, like
A
something
collar?
to
I
hold.
do not
A
see how
pouch.
he would
A
wear.
pouch. A pouch.
What kind of pouch? That
Just
is not
something
that
like
normally
the
requires
size.
great
Explain.
craftsmanship.
I can't explain. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what you're saying.
Size of what size pouch would you like for your cat? I'm going to ask you in English.
Here's the size
So
of the
you're
rock.
showing me the rock. So I'm going to show him a pouch to fit this.
You hold up a rock with Bast inscribed on it. Get that out of my shop! Out! 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 You are the reason that the cats are here! You! You have brought the cats upon my house! Out!
Why didn't you just get measurements done and I would have snuck behind the curtain?
You can be sneaking behind the curtain now while he's yelling at us. I don't
Yeah.
know. Sneak behind there.
Keep them
Go.
occupied with
He's
like,
yelling at us. We're
Let's
just
try
but I
it.
have good American money.
Why? What's wrong with this? Why are you?
I will
What
call
is
him
this?
a bastard.
You're gonna call him a bastard.
You finally say something and you call the guy a bastard.
Because he's getting rid of Bast.
What is wrong with the rock? I don't understand. It's beautiful.
It has the inscription of the cat goddess on it. That must be the reason that the cats are here. They knew you were coming. They knew you were bringing them here. I do not want the cats here. They
this is
disrupt
our
my
cat.
shop. They keep people, and they smell. Now, mind you, this whole neighborhood
smell like
smells, but
I don't smell anything different than I normally.
This is
of course
just
you
a-
do not, because you are a worshiper of the. Actually, you can't understand him.
I can.
You were ducking back. Give me a stealth.
Yeah, I was just looking for that. Which column is that in?
That is
There it
the
is.
second
Got
from
it.
the bottom on the right column.
I'm gonna hold up some money and I'm gonna ask him. I just want a pouch made to hold this. It's
How
our
much
pet.
money do you hold up?
I'm just gonna hold up a 20 right now.
20.
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
That is a mind-boggling amount of money.
See, I don't know the money thing. I'm always throwing up money.
Just pretend it was a
$5.
$2 bill.
Yeah, $2.
$2.
Still
So
a
you
lot
probably
of
hold
money.
up 2 Mexican silver dollars because
Sure.
they're
Pesos?
no, not pesos, Mexican silver dollars. Were you spending points?
Oh yes, I didn't look.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend 2.
All right. Cool.
Sweet.
Oh, that's
So you
terrible.
duck into the back room, and you see Bast
Best one yet.
is there, and you see a man who is sitting down at a desk, and he has a European look about him. He looks to be in his. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Sorry. Oh, you know what? He's in this area. No, yeah. He looks to be in his. He looks kind of middle-aged. He's got dark blondish hair, beard, very small glasses, perched on the very tip of his nose. His nose is kind of bright red, and his face looks a little bit swollen. Kind of a very sloppy shave, and he is sitting there ferociously writing in a journal. And the
hey,
cat
Jesus, how's it going?
he doesn't seem to have noticed either the cat or that you entered into his room. There is a bed, a cot over by the side of the room. The cot looks kind of rumpled, and this is a dirt floor in the room. And you notice that the edge of the bed, there's like the dirt looks like it's been turned over very recently, like underneath the bed, like somebody was literally digging in the floor of in the soil of the dirt floor.
And he doesn't notice me?
He has not acknowledged your entrance to the room yet.
You got a 6 on the stealth roll. So
Where's the cat at?
The cat is kind of behind his chair and kind of looking back at the door as if expecting someone to come in, and moving his head between the door and the man sitting at the desk.
Okay. From where I'm standing, can I see what he's writing?
Yeah, you probably can. It's not in English. Can I see your list of
I'm in
languages?
Arab. I have Arabic.
It is not in Arabic either.
Where's my languages at? Did I not pick them?
they're on the left.
So here's
Right
languages.
under at the
So I
bottom.
have one.
One what?
I had picked Arabic.
Okay.
I had one.
So
Just
Arabic and
pick
English
one-
are the
pick
only
one you-
languages that you
yeah,
know.
pick one
It
you
is
pick,
neither
right.
English nor Arabic. You know what? Give me a roll. Just a straight up die roll. You're not spending any points on it.
A 5.
But you're pretty sure it's German.
Okay.
But
And he kind of looks German.
yeah, he could be
Kinda-
German. Could be Germanic.
Okay, Germanic. Excuse me, sir.
Was?
He doesn't notice the cat, right? Because it's behind him.
He pivoted.
Yeah.
He's looking over his shoulder
Yeah.
at you. Was?
Seen a cat come through here?
I have seen so many cats lately. I do not know what brings them here.
What are you writing?
Oh, he closes the book. Nothing. I am writing nothing. Who are you?
I'm a patron looking for the cat that had ran back here.
Oh, he looks around. That cat?
Yeah, sorry about that. I grabbed the cat, and I'll make my way back out.
Okay. Keep it out of here.
Sorry about that.
Meanwhile, I do not want your business, but I will take your money. For the inconvenience. He goes to snatch the money out of your hand.
I grab it. I don't let her take the money.
I ask you, how many shops have you been kicked out of?
I have not.
2 for 2.
I have not.
You got
So
us
when I
kicked
come
out
back
with your
out from
stove.
behind the curtain,
He got
I'll
me
hand
kicked
him
out
the
with
cat.
the name.
Because I was able to pick the cat up.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the cat, even as you're carrying it away,
It's like still wanting to go back.
yeah.
Okay, so that's a place that we should talk
But-
about.
I want to give you guys the info before I run blindly and flip the
Yeah.
cat over and start digging. Probably a good idea. Or
So we didn't
We
get
can go to another
a
place and
pouch
get a
made.
collar.
You did not.
Okay.
There's got to be plenty of other shops that have collars.
where are we now? We're still in the shop.
No, we got.
He's kind of pushing you out of the
Pushing
shop.
us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never. I never left a museum.
Right.
Right.
These three. So do we know any German? We don't know any German
I do.
specialists. We'll talk about that one.
Kurtz knows German.
Yeah, we don't get kicked out of there so that we can go back. I mean, he was wanting us to leave, but we would still feel welcome.
If you send
I'm
somebody,
not going back
somebody
in
in
there.
that he doesn't know, it won't matter.
Right, true.
There's stuff going on that I feel like we should go back and get these guys, especially if he knows German.
Right.
So, is there any place else on this street you would like to venture for
Yeah,
a collar?
yeah, that's right. Whatever shop looks like it has a collar.
You find a leather goods store.
There you go.
So
Wilson leather.
I show the guy the stone, assuming it's a guy.
Why? Just tell me you want a pouch.
Well,
Because we were using it also as a lead-in.
Okay. Okay.
So you show the guy the pouch. You
The
show the
stone.
guy. You got the cat in one hand and the stone in the other, and you kind of.
I want this to this to this.
But you're not speaking.
I ring the
You're
cat's neck.
speaking English at him, right?
Yeah.
I will say in Arabic what he's looking for.
Okay. So you'll play
I
translator.
will play translator,
Okay.
and we'll keep this calm.
You have a very interesting accent, madame. Where are you from?
I'm from Boston.
Ah, fascinating. I've heard such lovely places about that glorious and rich city.
Money speaks to you, does it?
It does, yes. So you need a custom-made pouch specifically for your cat to carry this stone around.
That's correct.
Ah, that requires great crafting talent to make something that would fit such a glorious artifact so precisely to the neck of such a precious animal. I
Actually,
am
do you-
not sure my skills are up to the task, but I will do the very best I can. But to undertake such a monumental task, I do not believe I could risk such an attempt for less than 25 Mexican silver dollars.
Okay. Well,
How about?
I have craft, so can't we just buy the materials?
I say just.
You
that.
do me injustice
What's that?
that you would wish to buy the goods, the raw materials from a craftsman rather than going to a raw materials store.
Yes, but when I craft, I might be able to, how do I say this?
Do you not think my skills are worthy? Oh, you wound me to the core.
Are your skills magical?
There are some who say these fingers are magical, yes.
How about 15?
No.
I didn't know you were there.
That's Kurtz's voice.
All
in
of a
the back
sudden it's in my head. No.
No. Kurt says no.
It would be a great sacrifice of
Yeah,
my
there
talents,
will be no
but I
leaving
would be
anything
willing to
15
do it for only
pennies.
$15.
Would be
Yes.
suitable.
I don't even know if I want to leave it with him.
No.
We're not leaving it with you. How long would you take?
A job like this could take
Months.
minutes.
Oh. You want a bargain?
I don't speak. I can do.
I will
Sign
roll
language
to
bargain.
bargain with
All
him.
right, give me the roll.
Yes.
2.
All right.
That worked out well.
lose.
For
No,
just
right?
$15.
Yeah, right.
He walks behind the
But-
counter, pulls out a pouch, and says, "Here, try this one."
So here, will this fit your
Yeah.
cat?
There you go. Does this cat seem to find anything else intriguing in this store?
No, he wants to.
He
You
wants
get the
to go
impression he
and
wants
get
to go back
the
to
other
the
one.
other store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you know about your next door neighbor's business? You know anything about?
Ah, the tailor?
Mm-hmm. We tried to, have him
work with us, and he wasn't too keen on helping us.
Well, that is Ahmad. Ahmad is a talented craftsman, but he is not the very best judge of character. That assistant he has hired is no good. He never does any work at all. He is supposed.
Do?
Mostly, I believe he drinks. That is all that he seems to do. I hear him singing at night in his Dutch, just wailing at the moon.
Singing in Dutch.
Yes,
And wailing at the moon.
yes. When he comes home late in the night, it wakes me when he comes back as he stumbles down the street.
What time does he usually get back?
I do not have a clock, do you? I cannot afford such a
for it.
But perhaps now I will buy one after you have purchased this pouch.
Right? What time of day is it, by the way?
It's probably about almost 6 o'clock by this point.
Alright, let's head out of this one.
It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, I bet.
I put the stone in the pouch and wrap it around the cat's neck.
Does the
It,
cat
it
seem to
doesn't
like
fit
it?
real well, and it's kind of
It's
It's
all
a high
honky.
quality.
It's
yeah.
all,
Yeah.
yeah.
We got
Cat's
high
like,
quality.
what the? Alright, I say we head back. 6 o'clock, it's like dinner
Yeah,
time.
we got the collar.
We got the
Let's go.
collar
Mission accomplished.
without death.
Mission accomplished. And we got a little lead.
As you're walking out, you see a cat go scurrying into the tailor shop across the street.
Every stop. Let's watch this. See what's gonna happen.
Well, there's some type of
A couple
some-
of minutes later, you hear meow, and a cat
Cat
gets
comes thrown
flying
out.
out at the end of a broom, and the shopkeep comes out, and the one cat went flying out as he whacked it with the broom, and you see there's another cat clinging to the top of the broom handle.
Okay, so feeling like
So we're
the
feeling like the
cats know.
Dutch guy in the back room is writing all sorts of either information or
maybe he's
witchery of Bast,
maybe he has the
and
scrolls.
he's drawing, or
Maybe they have the scrolls and he's
Translating them or
translating them.
and as
why
he's
the cats are
translating
there,
them, they're
because
coming.
The cats want us to get the scrolls, and that's where they're at. Because wasn't there a door between another
No.
door?
There's something underneath the cot in the back room. The dust has been all.
But wasn't he like by the guy's chair looking at the door, or was that the door you
Well,
came
he
in?
was. I think he was
It
just
was a
trying to make sure
curtain.
that we
Yeah,
were
doorway.
paying attention. I think is what he was. I think the cat was trying to.
So when the cat was in that room, where did he go? Just by the chair and sat by the dude?
Yeah, behind him. Was looking at the guy and back at Al.
And it-
Like
okay, back
this
up.
guy right here.
Okay.
Talk to this guy right here.
Okay.
But I don't know Dutch. Can't read Dutch.
So you guys were doing your research.
Yes.
Looking through the books for information about the 13th dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
So you do find a little bit of information. Primarily, hold on. Make sure I'm giving you the right information. You find information about a high priest of the cat goddess Bast, who was Luve Karoth. And
Not to be confused with Laura Croft. I'm just saying.
And this Carafe was reputedly a very well-respected priest who was also very knowledgeable about the traditions of many of the other faiths within Cairo. So while Louvet was specifically a high priest of Bast, the understanding, what you're getting out of the context, was that he was also close enough to members of other priesthoods that he had learned many of their secret practices as well, and was reputedly capable of invoking other deities beyond just the one of whom he was the high priest.
Probably all those on the talisman.
Wouldn't that be convenient?
So,
Any reference to black rites or any observations of these rites or ceremonies to Bast or anything like that, or any similarities between ceremonies between the other deities? Particularly like in view of...
Do you have library use?
Yes.
Sure. For a point of library use, you do find notes that he was believed to have written a series of scrolls identified as the Black Rites of Louvet Carafe, but that if these scrolls ever existed, they are believed to have been long lost to time. Though those scrolls were reputedly like an explicit compilation of the beliefs of the priests, not only of Bast, but also several of the other Egyptian priesthoods.
Was this seen as a threat, or was this sort of praised as by his knowledge?
It was seen as a tremendous accomplishment.
Okay.
Dr. O'Donnell, were you also looking into that, or was there something else you were looking for?
I was looking more into things about the pyramids and the Black Pharaoh.
Okay. I don't think you're going to have turned up anything beyond what
We already did.
Dr. Kafour told you about. You find several references to things he discussed and probably a few more specific details, and confirmation of much of what he told you, but no major revelations.
Okay.
You do also find a few things that hint at other origins behind the bent pyramid and the red pyramid that contradict what he told you, but they're legends, so they could just as easily be wrong as what he presented.
Right. We have this vast resource in front of us. Are there more esoteric books?
More esoteric than Aziv.
One in my pocket?
Or similar to?
No.
Alright.
No. Not compared to that. No. You do find references to the museum's occult collection, though. Which is reputedly contained within the museum's basement.
You can have this.
See if I can get access to the basement.
No, you can't have a chocolate.
How are you? You mean you're just going to go down there, or are you?
I'll ask permission first.
So who are you going to eat before?
Yeah.
How are the texts we maintain in the basement are all primary texts. They require a great familiarity with a number of dead languages. How is your Demotic Egyptian and Coptic Egyptian?
I don't think I could justify knowing.
Yeah,
Languages, that'd be
I
tough.
had an opportunity to take hieroglyphics.
Your
and they did the
Aramaic?
same.
Latin's close. I'm gonna get to that.
Without knowledge of those languages, I do not believe you will truly benefit by access to the texts. These are primary documents that are thousands of years old. The process of reviewing them does them irreparable damage. And so we are hesitant to allow anyone who is not already fluent with them to work with those texts.
Understood.
What about commentaries on those texts that may have been written by scholars preceding the
Those
the authorship?
commentaries that we have copies of, we maintain here in the library. And we also maintain translations of many of those texts, but not the primary documents.
Well, I guess the best thing we can do is look at those translations instead.
Yeah.
I mean, there are thousands of books here. This isn't like,
Right.
2 shelves. This
This
is
a
a library.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think unless we're looking for something specific, we might have a hard time just saying, this one there looks good.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that, but it's not going to be. The odds of it being a productive use of your time are slim.
I don't know, I think kind of at the moment we're at a bit of a dead end.
Yeah, we should find the group, meet back up and see.
You guys were heading back to the hotel after you had secured that high quality pouch collar, right?
Yes.
So
Most
you guys can.
expensive.
Why don't we just proceed to you guys meeting back up at the hotel
Hey.
for dinner?
Sure.
Alright.
So, I mean, you have your personal chef preparing an extravagant, sumptuous meal for you once again.
Where's the kid?
Mahmoud is waiting right at the end of the dinner table. Actually, he's already taken
already
a seat
eating.
in the
Yeah.
middle of the dinner table and is eating. And he has this new vest. It's made of the finest silk. It's white with this green slash pattern woven into it. It's really nice. It looks
He's
about.
gonna get mugged for it later.
It looks like it probably cost about $3.
All right.
Nice vest,
He's
kid.
got new shoes
Thank
and a
you.
new vest.
Yep.
Good job. I like your style, Mahmood.
Oh, thank you, Herr Doctor.
So, you found out a little bit.
He's also very carefully eating to make sure he doesn't get anything on the vest.
Of course. It's very. Yeah, I do the same thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Did you find a collar suitable for the cat?
You can see the cat wearing it.
Oh.
Doesn't look
Yeah,
like a real
I,
good fit.
I really high quality. I know, but we made friends,
You made
so
friends?
we're not making a lot of those. So I'll take it.
Friends
We
with
could
who?
always put a bell on that collar if you want to hear where the cat goes. The cat might not.
Wow.
know
The
that,
cat will just tell you or show you.
I think the cat
We
just
need one of
said
those necklaces.
yes.
that talks to us.
no. One meow is a yes or a no.
though. I don't speak cat. I
You haven't
forgot.
figured that out yet.
I do have one language slot left.
Yeah.
Kitty.
Have you seen that commercial with
Yes, the
Tran-
reindeer.
where it's translating?
Yes.
Yes, we understand.
Wait, baby, what?
Haven't seen that. That's nice funny.
Oh,
Who's baby what?
we learned a little bit about Louvet Karaf.
Okay.
These scrolls are important. They're not just about us.
They're not just about Bast.
They're about
All of the priest's rights. He seemed to have been a very knowledgeable
respected.
and respected priest in the 13th dynasty.
Which would mean, in my opinion, if the Pharaoh Snufferu are getting priests and priestesses together to oppose something as powerful as the Black Pharaoh, this person would probably be amongst that.
Yeah.
However, with those scrolls not being there,
We might have a lead on that.
in what way? Does the cat take you somewhere?
Cat always takes us somewhere. Somehow the hobo never really gets involved in the situation.
Well, he's lived.
Exactly.
So, Dutch guy writing frantically, attracting cats. Does that sound like anything that anybody wants to talk about?
Sounds like something we might want to actually go and see.
Where was
Which
this?
is why I was trying to make friends with him and the patron or the proprietor next door, but in a really bad part of town.
Old City?
Is that the old city? It was the old city.
Do you remember what street or anything? Or the name of the proprietor?
The Moth Street.
Moth Street.
Street of Moths.
Street of Moths.
Street of Moths? Mahmoud, you
You
know.
say Street of Moths. Why would you want to go there?
That's where they sell
That's
moths
where
at.
they,
That's where they sell the most ragged of clothing. Oh, is that where you got the collar?
Doesn't it look like it?
look familiar.
Yes, yes, it does. That is the craftsmanship you can find there.
so shitty.
So,
I have had to buy things there.
so the
You've
cat,
had to buy things there. Oh.
These socks. He points and he's got one sock that comes up to like there, that far from his knee, and the other one's
It's
down
like
on his ankle.
an ankle.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we kind of just followed the cats.
so there's a
You
Dutch.
followed the cats.
There's a Dutch man in a street, a low-end street of Cairo.
In the back of a shop, writing mysteriously, frantically. Also, there's a living quarter kind of area with a cot that may have gateway underneath it.
You're saying the cat led you there?
Cats did lead us there, yeah. Well,
Could you get back there?
All right. Who wants to spend a point of evidence collection?
Oh, I'll do it. Why not? I got some.
All right. Based on what has been said, it occurs to you that that person who could be writing and knows Dutch and might be translating something that has to do with cats could certainly be John Willem van Hoevelen, the Dutch archaeologist that was dismissed from the Clive expedition.
Man, that would be
two
way
and
too
two.
That would be too convenient.
See, I completely forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
And he spoon-fed it right to
we
it.
just had talked about him too. I'm like, why did Dutch, German? Okay, so it could be that guy.
I don't think it could be. It's in there.
I think it's
There's
that
not
guy.
too many Dutch people in Cairo, and I don't think that they'd be in a crap part of town actively trying to hide from people.
And
Good
attracting cats.
And
Let's go talk to
attracting
them.
cats.
But first,
Wait! This is Mahmoud. Are you sure you want to go to the Street of Moths in the dark?
No, I'm tired. I gotta.
I don't.
yeah,
I think
I'm
you
pretty
should
sure.
try to
How
sneak
many
in
bullets
there and
does
get
that hold?
that guy's books that he's writing.
Well,
You might
I
bring
plan
those.
on doing
Then he
that
goes
while
out.
they get in there and start talking.
Or we could try to sneak in at nighttime.
How dangerous is it, Mahmoud?
I do not go there. I will not go there. I will stay here and eat.
You know, Just because it's dark doesn't mean it's bad.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, we learned earlier today, just because it says black doesn't mean it's evil.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you sure?
What do you
Never.
know about this area?
I understand that going there in the dark, wearing expensive clothing like all of you do, is a very good way to get shanked.
Well, we don't have to dress as we are right now.
You still look like American.
There's robes, there's hooded clothes.
Good luck with that.
We just need some
I'm gonna
clo-
take this kid's advice, and
I
I'm
think
kind
we
of
can
tired
wait till
We
anyway.
got
tomorrow.
cloaks. And we can
I-
have some
I-
clubs with
What
spikes in it
normally
and what was
happens
the
to
idea?
people that can help us?
But
What normally happens to people that can
They,
help
they,
us?
they live happily ever after.
Yes. For all of 15 to 20 minutes
We've
after
stayed
we have
alive
met
this
them.
long.
but we haven't really talked to them, so I think they're safe until we ask them a question.
Yeah, we haven't activated them yet.
Yeah. Like they still have the question
That
mark.
side quest is still blinking when we go by.
Yeah, they still have the question mark above their head. Like,
Exclamation point.
Exclamation, I was thinking.
Yeah.
You know,
What happens to people that could help us normally?
Okay, what if we waited till tomorrow? And then we all go
he's
back.
saying he's gonna die.
And then we all go back, and then Elle sneaks.
Well, the kid is
Roll.
telling us that white people
Roll.
get
Kurt's
killed
into
over there, and he's a white
The
person.
back room where, like we just did today. We can distract him again. Just go tell him, look at this shitty collar that was
Or-
made. Come on, make us a better
Or
one.
we
Something.
could just go in.
Right.
They don't know who we are.
You too?
I'm saying we go now.
Well, the guy who writes is
This
gone now
store is gonna be
because apparently he
closed,
drinks.
yes.
Presumably.
Where's he go?
He he goes out at night and then he comes home very late singing, is what we heard.
So
And he
And
sings
he
loud and
somehow
keeps
doesn't
the,
get killed.
the guy
And
next
somehow,
door.
yeah, he doesn't die.
tonight, that's going to change.
So, Mahmoud,
Yes.
where would someone get spirits at the on the street of moths
Or close to.
or close to?
Alcohol?
It'd be hard to find if
Isn't that what he said he does? He
'Cause
goes out
the
and
Muslim faith doesn't
drinks
allow
and
it, so
comes home.
Right.
it's
Sings
not
loud.
something that's
So he
going
wants
to
to
be
know what
common,
bar?
I think.
It's
yeah,
not.
that's why I'm asking Mahmoud, the street urchin who might know of
I
speakeasy
know
type
of a
places.
couple of dens where these things could be found, but I would not go there at night.
And a woman? I'm not going.
And a cat. Is the cat going?
Well,
Even the cat doesn't want to go.
The only reason I think you should go is because you can sneak around and.
This isn't D&D. Just saying.
You got the skill.
Well, we can try to find some just like filthy rags
those I can get you.
and like
Like going blackface?
Right?
no, like, no.
What are you suggesting here?
Go to a den as if that is where
We
like,
could go there as we are. That would actually make even more sense than
These Americans looking for some
booze, than
hooch and
yeah,
a good time rather than trying to disguise ourselves, which is
not going to work.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Or do we send Mahmoud out to hire somebody to watch?
Just seems like we're in Salt Lake City right now, right? That's foreigners. Do you want to dress up as a Mormon and try to get into a place that sells alcohol, or do you want to just like?
We are.
You get what I'm
Yes, we
saying?
are, yep.
Because like, true Muslims won't go to a place that has alcohol.
And then you're gonna know what's going on anyway. Like,
I think our best disguise is just us.
There
Yeah,
are still
but I
Coptic
mean-
Christians
tourist.
in Cairo.
Yeah.
It's,
Right.
I mean, it's dominant
predominantly Muslim, but
Let's go and just act
Well, I mean,
dumb.
but I think the
we
real
know this
fear
a
is
bad
though is
area,
like,
you know.
I think Mahmood might be right.
It'll work this afternoon.
Is that the real fear is it doesn't matter if
It
we're
did.
like we're gonna try to go to a den as us, is that by being us, we're gonna be robbed at knife point and probably stabbed left in a
Now you understand, yes.
Yeah, they can bring a knife to a gunfight. That's fine.
Hey, so do you have anyone that would go with us, bodyguards, that would know the area that could help
We just need a
protect
way
us?
to get there. That's it. Tell us how to get there, and we'll take
I
care of
can
it.
tell you how to get there. I do not have bodyguards. That is a little beyond the sort of things I usually do. Perhaps the hotel could send you an escort.
Perhaps we can go in the fire truck.
filled
Well,
with
they have fire
explosives. No, let's just blow up the old city. The end.
No.
it's the only way to be sure.
Yeah.
It'll be cleansed then.
It's only if it's in orbit. So,
So
all right.
what? So you want to scout a dangerous part of town?
I want
He
to
just wants to go.
I don't
want
want to
to
stop.
go.
I want to go and get those papers that he's writing in.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Let's die tonight. Let's go.
Hey.
Well, I don't personally want to go.
You
I
wanna
want
live
you guys to go.
Maybe.
Okay.
Let's do this.
So tell me what the plan is.
Get directions from Mood.
Sure. Give me where are you, directions to what?
I think he has us.
I'm sure he's got a
Have
couple
him
of
take
dads.
us at least
He won't.
We can't get a taxi.
nothing. We can't get anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Mahmood can't. We can't get any ride.
So moving through the old city, vehicles don't really fit for the most part.
Oh, that's right.
Ripshaw or something.
Not even a bicycle?
Dude, run.
You could,
Or rickshaw.
I mean, yeah, you could squeeze a bicycle through, but 6 of them are going to stand out, or 5 of them are going to stand out. And
What are we
Stand
going to
out
do? Try to go
anyway.
to a bar there?
Yeah, that's it called. Yeah.
So why don't we ask the hotel for someone to take us there, and an escort?
There's 2 options. You can go to the clothing store and just take the
Wait.
stuff.
That's
Or
why.
just
That's
wait
what I
for
thought
him
you guys
to
were
re-
asking to do.
or
We're
just
gonna
wait
go to the
for
store.
him
I'll
to
break in and
return.
get the stuff.
Like hide in the shadows until he comes out, and then we can sort of like, hey.
That's what I'm saying. If we can get,
Wait,
I want to
hey!
get. I want to get to him before he's inebriated.
Like the Fonz.
But he might be more willing
Why?
to talk if he is inebriated.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
don't
but
we
if
go
we're there
to-
while he's getting inebriated, that'd be even better.
I
Instead
really
of 6 people
don't-
being like, "Hey, man," and then he pulls out a gun and shoots.
I think if like we go to the like hotel and say, hey, can you escort us to like a dangerous part of town so we can get into a drug den?
We're not going to ask that. We're going to walk there.
You really can't ask concierge that. They will tell you and take you. I don't care where you are.
If you got enough money, then
If you got, that's right.
I think we should maintain a reputation of being just like regular sort of wealthy Americans.
And
Instead
wealthy
of, like-
Americans would not travel to the bad side of town
Without
in the
an
middle of the
escort.
night.
But I
or
don't think
without
they
an
would.
escort.
I don't think they'd ask like a concierge to take them.
That's
there.
how ridiculous the whole idea of going there is tonight.
The assumption is the dude's not going to be alive tomorrow.
all right. Just put it this way: getting spoon-fed something here, all right? We're gonna put these 2 together: drunk, loud, bad part of town.
And we can all be drunk and loud together. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I won't be drunk.
Well, let's pretend like we're drunk. Let's go there just pretending like we're drunk, and
don't
just
have to
partying.
pretend. I just want to meet this guy before
Yeah.
bad things happen to
So
him, which
if-
normally happens to people who can help us.
So if we get
But
there,
what if we are the
people
bad things that happens to him
Yeah.
because we're there?
Because
Well,
we're
then,
there.
it's karmic. All right.
We can
That's
jump out from
obviously
behind
gonna
the
be a
curtain
problem.
and give him a heart
I mean, it's
attack.
going to happen. I wanna go and just I like Nate's idea.
Ask the
I wanna
cat.
go talk to
The cat already said no.
Cat said no, don't
I already
go.
asked.
Mahmoud won't take us. I say, Bast, come on.
Bast won't go.
Bast hops down off of Samus's lap and walks towards the door.
He
There
wants,
you
his,
go.
he wants his scrolls.
See?
That's
We're,
what he
wants
we're,
to
we're
know.
like SpongeBob in the
He
comics
has to
now,
protect
alright?
us. He'll protect us. He
What are we gonna do?
He-
Go!
he can't.
Woo, let's go!
If anybody approaches us and tries to mug us, we'll just act like we're
No, if
drunk
anybody tries to mug us, I pull out a 45
Yeah.
automatic,
Yeah,
and that should dissuade them a little.
yeah.
Considering these people are not going to be wealthy enough to have weapons,
Perfect.
other than a club or a knife.
With a very big spike. I'm just saying.
Right.
That's why we got more than one person. Somebody looking that way, somebody looking that way, somebody looking that way.
It's not like we're going in saying, "Hey, we're looking for this guy" or anything. We're just going in drunk. We know who we're looking for.
I don't think we have to.
Right.
We should be able to recognize
Exactly.
a Dutchman getting
Right.
drunk. That should be easy.
So I'm saying we don't have to ask anybody for anything.
Unless there's
Just
like-
go there acting like we're drunk.
Unless there's like a University of the Dutch that are there
What if
on
he's getting
sabbatical.
drunk off
we
of
should
writing
go.
the scrolls and not taking anything at all?
Well, then we'll deal with that too.
I'm following the cat.
I want to follow the cat.
All right.
We always follow the cat. Let's follow the cat.
The cat has never led us astray.
Yeah.
So wait, we have scruffy clothes.
No. We're just
I
Uh,
do.
Mahmood was going to get you scruffy clothes. Yeah, he offered
I
to
can
get
just
you
wear
clothes.
scruffy clothes.
I just don't want to wear my finest clothes down there, so I'll wear,
Yeah, Mahmood will provide all
I'll
of you
dress
with
down.
scruffy with
yeah.
some.
I still look like I'm
I
rich
will
and
wear
wealthy
my
American,
regular
but
travel.
Yeah.
I'll wear my travel clothes.
Okay.
yeah, I'm going with scruffy American look.
Who else is going scruffy, and who else is going usual outfit?
We're all gonna die. What does it matter?
Yeah, what does it matter? I'm just wearing what I got on.
I got crappy clothes already.
Yeah, you're scruffy by default. Okay. Roland.
I'll probably change a little bit.
To be scruffier. Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys follow the cat, and the cat does lead you to. You're pretty sure the Street of Moths again.
There's no street signs.
There are no street signs. And down a flight of steps into a bar. Partly under, it's like in a sub-basement of a building. There is some Arabic sounding music coming from a record player off in the corner. And people are talking softly to one another in rapid fire Arabic throughout the bar. There's 6 tables in here. The place is lit by oil lamps, and there's a number of bottles behind the bar, and you see people drinking from basically shot glasses throughout. At a round table over in the corner, you see the man that you saw in the back room of the tailor's shop, and he has a single shot glass in front of him that he is nursing like it is the most precious substance in the world.
What does it look like?
What does it look
What
like?
does the drink look like?
It's a brown liquor.
Okay.
Nobody's
It's not
standing
like
behind
black
him
tar
with a
or
knife.
anything.
No,
Okay.
no one is holding a knife over his head.
Okay.
He's just kind of hunched over his booze.
He's just loving it.
I'm gonna walk straight up to him.
Uh-huh.
Say good evening, Doctor. No,
Van- Van Hoevelen.
I won't butcher it that bad.
Doctor? Sure, you can call me doctor. But consultations cost drinks.
I put one down
Ah!
right behind him.
Well, please, come consult. What would you like to discuss tonight?
You speaking English?
Yes, of course.
Oh.
I just want to make sure that I have the right person. Your name?
John Villen. Van Hoevelen.
No.
He's an
Just a Dutch
archaeologist.
archaeologist.
To be a respected one.
Gotcha. Okay.
He tosses back the first shot, picks up the second one, tosses it off. Oh, Madame, my glasses seem to have run dry.
I'll be right back.
So, how are you on the translation of
The Louvet Carafe scrolls.
How do you know this?
I put another shot down for him.
This is thirsty work discussing these translations.
Right back.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Let's just say
You just bring a bottle.
Oh, okay. That's what I'll do.
let's just say you beat us to the punch. We were looking for the same things you were. You just seemed to have found them before we did.
What? He reaches into his shirt and pulls out this notebook, and it's grimy, and it smells
some
kind
reason.
of it smells kind of like booze and stale sweat, which there was a fair bit of that
Yum.
wafting out when he reached into his shirt to pull it out, and he waves it at you, and there's an odor coming off of it as he waves it. This is my great work. And he slaps it down on the table with his hand on top of it, and you recognize it as the notebook that he was writing in earlier. I'm translating this. This is what will redeem me
Redeem you to who?
to the greater archaeological community as a whole. Ever since the Clive expedition let me go, I have not been able to find work, but this, after I publish this, everyone will respect me. And as he says this, you see two cats walking around the ledge of the bar.
Where did you get those scrolls?
Well, I found a temple. Yes, I found a temple. And it had the scrolls in it. Beneath a
stole them.
statue to past.
You stole them.
I did not steal them. This is archaeology. I recovered them.
Oh, so the antiquities department of Cairo would absolutely know about this.
Well, I may not have filed all the paperwork first.
I understand completely.
It might still be processing.
And let's say you've finished translation?
Oh, no. This will take more time. I am still working on the translation, but it is going very well. This will be a glorious text. This will earn me great awards and respect and an appointment at a university.
What makes you
What
think?
have you translated so far?
You will have to wait to read it after I'm finished and published.
What do you know
I want to pull my gun
about?
out and stick it right to his head.
What do you know about?
Are you doing that?
Hold on.
How many people?
That's a great idea. In a minute. What do you know about
In a
Louvet
minute.
Carafe?
Well, you are the one who gave the name to me. Perhaps you should tell me what you know first.
I'm sorry to say, but what if I told you that Louvet Carafe was one of the least respected priests, a hack, a fraud, who wrote maybe prophetic articles, but was in fact just a lie to impress the courts of the 13th dynasty?
I'm looking for a deception skill, and I don't see one. So, give me. Trying to manipulate him. But you're not doing it through anything positive.
Intimidation?
Yeah, let's try intimidation. That's probably the most appropriate. Unless you've got something else you think you should use.
I have something that might.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that maybe what I'm going for will feed an ally here that
Sure.
does have the
Okay.
appropriate skill. Like, I'm
You
feeding
want to
them
get
like
back into the academic, back into academia under good graces, right? That's why you're writing this, correct?
Of course. I want to have funding so that I can
And
be sponsored for a dig.
And if, let's say, what you're translating may amount to, let's say, the prophecies of Nostradamus, where they're so open to interpretation that it's not really archaeology, it's just a simple...
No, I have translated more than that. I know the quality of these. I am almost halfway through the work, and these have revealed amazing secrets about the worship of Bast. And I have found information about the secrets of Sebek as well, and the worship of him.
That's great. I mean, that's exactly what the intent of the scrolls were for.
Then you'll definitely need at least a second on your writing to give authenticity.
I do not want to share the glory of this.
No, an adjunct. Assistant.
You do not know the hieroglyphics as well as I.
Apprentice.
No, but I do know a publisher.
Give me a persuasion.
Reassuring?
You know what? Let's call that flattery, actually, because
Bargaining.
I got a 6.
you got a 6. All right. I like where you're going with this. You said you know someone who could publish it?
I am great friends with the head of the Prospero House Publishing Company.
Oh, they are an American publisher.
They are.
Ah, that makes sense. You are American.
Mm-hmm.
I see. And they are ready to publish it?
Well, they need notes, verifications, and these things I can help you with. I can take your notes, organize them into the outline that's appropriate for the publishing house. Vastly increase the amount of time for editing and for oversight.
You would need it published in English, or do you read Dutch?
German and Dutch would be fine.
If
read.
Dutch works for you, I'm fluent in German, or French, or English, or Latin. It matters not.
It will take me about another month to complete the translation.
That's what I'm saying. I can help you with this. It would take less than a month to do so.
No, it will take me about another month to finish the translation from the hieroglyphics.
Have you? I take it that you haven't taken it to a specialist to validate the age, the true age of those scrolls.
Are you questioning my knowledge of archaeology?
Absolutely not.
This guy's getting on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, with any publisher,
Cat hops up on the table, and he looks at it and swats it away as it tries to grab at his notebook.
You just hit your cat.
It's not my cat.
Not his cat.
Oh, okay.
There were 2 cats that came in and were sitting on the ledges, and one of them just jumped on the table.
Okay.
Alright.
These cats are everywhere. There's a plague of them.
How drunk is this
you
guy?
know what would help?
Well, every
you're still
every
feeding?
couple sentences he does another shot, so
Maybe you should get a dog.
that's brilliant. Can you get me one?
Maybe.
Get me a dog. I will
Will you
I
let
will
me?
share this bottle with you if you get me a dog.
I'd
The
like
bottle
to-
that you
I'd
just put down.
Much rather read your notes.
Can I trust you? Oh, here you go.
What?
There's a dog.
There's your dog.
There's your dog. There's your dog. Trust him.
I can pull out the card that we got from Prospero House.
Okay.
Be like, this is who you're gonna. That name right there is the person who would be more than willing to, but we need to go through the proper channels to make sure of authenticity. It's not that we're questioning your archaeology, we're simply questioning the authenticity of the document.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they're right here.
your word
We do.
versus the greater community's word, at the authenticity of the
Hey, Mama
scrolls that
Fee.
you are translating is what is going to make this work a true work of art, or just some mad ramblings of a failed archaeologist.
I cannot part with my notes, but I could copy a few pages of them for you.
What if you were present during an inspection of the original documents with, let's say, the curator of the museum?
Not until I have finished my translation.
I'm sure he would honor
You
any
guys are going to give me the high sign, right?
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
I think we see in your eyes what you want to do, but we're trying to like not have it happen yet.
So I'm sitting on
We
my
can
hands.
promise discretion. We are also friends with the curator. We're just looking for authenticity of the scrolls.
How did you find out about the scrolls?
We've been doing vast research for ourselves. Vast is a very hot topic amongst many of the New Agers back home.
The spiritualists of New York,
New Agers.
the New
But
Agers.
what led you to me? And the
Serendipity.
scrolls?
Magic.
Yeah. Serendipity.
His dog was chasing the cat that came into your place.
Yeah.
The cat's.
Okay, we have two options here. You either get him drunk enough that he passes out, or just
And
take
we
the
just,
fuck more.
yeah, right? Or we just slightly knock him over the head and just take his stuff.
Well, you see,
Well, we get him outside and then do
the notebook he has is an incomplete.
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
But we know where he's at.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah. The option is just to like,
Give him a month.
no.
I mean, there's an option.
have
You said
that.
there was another option.
Let's walk
I
him
mean,
back home. Take the
Yeah,
scrolls.
like if we can get him
What could
back
possibly happen to this guy next month?
Well, he's always walking home drunk and singing. Just follow him home.
Yeah, if we can get him to take us with him to his place and show us the scrolls, like we need to try to convince him maybe to show
I
us.
thought he was sleeping in the back of the clothing store.
And that's probably where he's got the scrolls. That's where
Yeah,
he's doing the
that's where it's
translation.
underneath the bed.
No,
Light
scrolls
bulb.
aren't under there. That's a doorway.
Not an exclamation
Hey.
point?
This stuff here is swill. I have something on me, but I don't want to pull it out in this part of town. Do we have a place that's a little more private that we can have a proper drink?
Yes, of course. Come with me. He gets up and starts walking out. Are you all coming? Okay.
We're all scurrying right with them. Singing.
Oh yeah. He'll launch into a German drinking song as he's
Join in.
okay. As he's
That's
walking
where
down
I
the
was
street.
wondering.
On principle, I cannot, but yeah.
I just start dancing my way through the street.
I'm trying to remember what the Animaniacs one is.
I hear it, but I can't.
Yeah, exactly. As he's stumbling down the street. And you guys notice there's like 4 or 5
Cats
cats
following.
following you. And anybody that wants can give me a sense trouble roll. Tell me if you're spending points on it.
I got a 5.
We don't have left. 5.
I got 2. I don't sense anything. It's beautiful. I'm dancing in the street.
5, 2.
Dancing is not allowed.
I'll spend another point.
Actually, probably not. Which I was
2.
2. Not
Yeah.
one. Okay.
As a woman in Chicago, you probably want to have as little attention on you.
Roland and Dr. O'Donnell, as you guys are following the stumbling, drunken Dutchman through the street of moths, you notice that there is someone trailing your party walking along the rooftops. of
Somebody
the
nudge me
buildings.
and tell me, thank you.
Kill him.
And they are leaping from building to building, and
Effortlessly.
surprisingly
Yeah.
dexterously and
Of
effortlessly.
course they are. They're cat people.
Just one, not people.
Oh, there's a
person.
cat person.
Maybe it's Catwoman.
Wait a minute. So is that a bad thing?
It could be.
I don't know.
He's
She's
gonna
gonna
find
find
out
a
tomorrow.
leather suit. Then.
Or it could be like
That could be a good or a bad.
That's right, right. You're
We'd have to shoot her
right.
at least 9 times.
You're right.
And we don't have a battery.
I think we should just keep an eye out.
But yeah, I'll
They
definitely
usually-
like. Psst, psst.
Usually know where to. Never mind. Sorry.
Or we could just do the bolting. You don't have to be up there or down here.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
The person jumps, triple somersault in the air, and lands next to you.
Holy crap.
Guns
Wow.
out.
I won't have
Say
it out,
that's
but
pretty impressive.
It's a woman. She's wearing a black
Catsuit.
black pants and a black shirt underneath a black hooded cloak. You can see vaguely Arabic features, but you can only see the bottom half of her face because she's got a hood.
I'll ask, Hallie, is that you?
No.
She
You
probably
want
won't
the
even
scrolls?
understand what I'm saying.
Wow.
Bast needs the scrolls returned.
I agree.
We're working on it. Do you want
Convinced him of it, and he suddenly looks furious.
Frightened. Oh,
No, furious. She has come, and are you her agents? She has come to try and take the scrolls from me that I have earned.
Is there anybody else around?
No, actually, the streets are remarkable.
I just hit him with the pistol.
Oh,
he's down.
He's down.
He's down.
No question about it.
All right. So we either take him back to,
Or we leave him in the alley.
or we leave him in the alley and take his
Let's not
stuff.
leave him in the alley.
I would. I mean, leave him in the shop.
Let's pick him up.
Yeah, because
Why? Why do you wish to take him? He is...
We already have eyes on us. Since you were following us, we also have other people following us.
Oh, you are aware of them.
yes.
We are. How many do you know of?
At the moment?
Mm-hmm.
6.
Right now.
Yes,
Thank you.
of course.
Do they have spike clubs?
Yes.
Very simple.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, our drunk friend here needs to
Small
go back
chance
to
of
his.
survival. Large risk. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Our drunk friend here needs to get back home. That's why we're not going to leave him.
Acquaintance.
Is that where he keeps the scrolls?
Yes.
We think so. She thinks so.
Perhaps we can have this conversation once
Off the
we're
street.
out of harm's way.
I am not in harm's way.
We
I
are.
believe.
We are putting you in harm's way.
That's cute.
How about you go take care of those 6 people following us, and we'll bring you the scrolls.
Well bargained and done.
Pardon?
Well bargained and done. She turns.
What did you say?
Meet me back here.
Okay.
To go take care of those 6 people, and we'll bring her the scrolls.
No, what if we can't find the scrolls?
And she'll take care of us.
Yeah, she will.
We must find the scrolls.
Oh, and we'll find them. I hope. Catwoman's
So she'll get in touch with us then?
Yeah,
Send me
she-
to
She'll
back
meet
here.
me back here.
Okay.
Let's go down the street of Moths to his apartment.
We just carry him like Weekend at Bernie's.
yeah. And I think because
buddy.
assuming if the proprietor of the shop is also a resident of the place and sees you 3, might not let us in.
But you find a key.
Oh, okay.
John Williams
Concerned about.
person.
Okay.
It's kind of gross
And it's closed,
looking
so-
through it, looking for it, but
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
So we get him inside, get him in the
Yeah.
back, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dump him on the bed. Presumably.
Who wants to look at the cot
I want to look
in
at
the
his.
area over there?
We'll search.
Yeah.
We'll
You
search.
find you move away some of the dirt, and you do find a bundle of scrolls kind of buried in the dirt underneath the bed.
We'll take
Looks like exactly the right size bundle to fit into the drawers that you found in Best's statue.
All 10 are there.
All 10 are there.
Okay.
So take them and his
I want
book.
to take his book too.
Yeah,
Okay.
his book too.
Sure.
Yeah. And I'll leave a $5 in his pocket in my shoe.
I'll
and
at least take his shoes off.
He's
I'll
not
leave
gonna
a $5 in
remember
his
us.
pocket and the little plastic tin that I was going to.
I'm gonna
Okay.
leave it a bottle from the bar or
Okay.
something.
Did you leave the publisher's card with
Nope,
this one?
I'm taking
Okay.
that out.
All right.
I will leave a note, like in his journal. I'll rip a page out,
Yeah.
just like leave a note, like apologizing, but he doesn't know what he's getting himself into,
Okay.
and that this is really for his own good.
Okay.
You don't sign
Even-
that, do you?
No, even if he doesn't realize it.
Okay. All right. You got the scrolls.
Okay.
He's passed out. Well, passed out, knocked unconscious. What's the difference, really? Now, you said you have cats.
I'm sorry?
Out of character, you have cats.
I used to, yes.
Did your cats ever leave you a present?
All the time.
All right, so usually when the cats would leave you a present, there'd be, it would be displayed
Oh,
and
beautiful.
quite obvious. Yeah, yeah.
yes, right
You
there.
get back down the alley to where she said to meet you, and you see 6 presents displayed
Nice.
for you.
Cool.
Gutted.
Whoa.
Got it.
Whoa.
Those cats are happy.
Give me a sanity roll.
That's not even unusual. That's like normal life.
6 people.
I'm
There's
surprised
not
we're okay
even
with it.
any electric lights.
I'm impressed. Why would I be insane about
I
it?
got a 2.
I got a 5.
I'll spend a point,
All right,
but it's
so-
not going to matter because I'm going to get a 6.
I've got a 4 plus 2 points.
All right, so who got less than a 4? Lose a point of stability.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm pretty impressed. Just like the way when she flipped off that building and landed in front of us.
So there's 6 bodies. Do we want to investigate the bodies?
No.
Yeah.
We can do that.
He's
in
a
moment.
professional body investigator.
I
Just
am.
wanna point that out.
I do.
You're gonna investigate.
Yeah, you
the
want to
body?
see if you got some.
Any first of all, what are they wearing other than bright red clothes?
and carrying a club.
Yeah.
Nothing out of the ordinary except for the fact that all of them have an inverted broken ankh tattooed.
So they're all
on
wearing the symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all part of the cult.
And anybody that's looking at the bodies that wants to give me a medicine or biology roll may do so. Tell me if you're spending
Yeah,
points.
I'll spend a point. Oh, you know what? No, I'll spend 2 points.
Okay.
Wow.
You got a nothing.
That was amazing. Let me try that again. I got a 7.
Okay.
I got a 1.
I got a 1.
So.
This is really gross. You know, you're a physicist. Physics isn't
Biology.
Boozy.
Boozy.
Yeah. You look at it.
This is interesting.
This is very interesting, and what's particularly interesting about it is these people don't look like they were killed with a knife
Natural?
or you know, they're cut up, but it wasn't done with a knife. It looks like they were cut up with claws, like
Very large
razor
cat.
claws
Yeah.
of, you would guess, a panther.
What does that bitch turn into?
Something we don't want to fuck with.
We need to be her friends.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm paying attention to you see these tattoos and you're just like,
Dude, that guy's got to, like, he ate hummus. Like yesterday or something.
That's his guy's guts. That's this guy's guts. This guy's guts hurt.
So we have this bundle.
Yeah. Set them on top of the barrel. You hear that voice come from above.
Can we talk for a moment?
You can talk.
I just think we both have the same end goals.
Did you set the scrolls down?
Yeah, leave them where you're.
Yes.
Told to
Set
leave
them down.
Set them down, and
Just
a group
kill
of cats
6 guys.
come rushing
Yes.
by and pick them up and go running off.
Shit.
is,
It's okay.
Is
It's
our,
okay. We've got his notes and everything.
Is our little companion Bass still with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does she take off too? Still there?
You said you wanted to talk.
Yes. I was just saying that I think you and our group have the same goals.
I wanted the scrolls back. I seem to have gotten them. Our goals were in alignment.
Would it be possible for us to visit that temple and perhaps read those scrolls? Not taking them, but just reading them?
What would you offer in return? Some great offering would need to be made.
You got
I
some
know this
catnip?
great.
That's
That's where I was going. I know this great patch of catnip.
There seems to be something festering in this city, or just outside of it, that those scrolls would help eliminate.
Reading these sacred scrolls requires deep devotion to Bast.
Oh, where's the cat with the talisman?
At my feet. Still here.
So she knows that the cat's got the talisman.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say that by reading, knowing what the scrolls say, might help us help stop anybody else, prevent anybody else from coming to take the scrolls. Protect them.
Some additional offering would need to be made.
What kind of offering
We're somewhat ignorant of
of
your
yeah.
of your needs. What would be an appropriate offering?
I mean, look at you. You're amazing. What could we offer you?
Perhaps you might have other artifacts that would be of interest to Bast?
Possibly.
It's very possible. What kind of artifacts are you referring to?
We don't know what you might have uncovered in your travels.
I fear what we have may pollute her shrine. I'm not comfortable giving up the artifacts we may have. Are you familiar with this tattoo?
I have seen it before.
Is there anything that you can tell us about those
Information
that bear
has a
that mark?
price.
Well, we know that the author of those scrolls a long time ago helped defeat a great evil that tattoo represents. That great evil is on the rise again.
I think you may be confusing your facts.
You are. The author of those scrolls has nothing to do with.
Hold on a second. Because I have this son of a gun helped Snefru.
Nope. Very different.
13th dynasty versus 4th dynasty. That's pretty much like comparing
That's like
modern Americans to
3,000
like
years.
Plato.
Yeah.
Now then I am confusing my facts.
Yeah, I'm out of this conversation. This is not a me
I think
thing.
it's
This
a
is a Roland
good-
thing, as far as I know.
However, I
Roland,
think
you're up.
I think maybe the kind of devotion that Louvet Caraf had towards Bast and the knowledge that he had of the other deities may help us defeat the evil that is plaguing Cairo.
I do not doubt that it will help you. I want to know how it will help me.
I don't think finances
Speak
are something
plain.
that you lack.
Just speak plainly.
Nor do I think
what
weapons are
can
something
we-
that you want.
These things could interest me. Other things could interest me. Think about what a cat would like.
That's what I'm trying to think. Like what
We
the
got
cats-
scratching poles.
We got the greatest.
Cats like independence,
Multiple lives.
food.
Birds.
That's animalistic.
I don't know. I think independence is a good sort of metaphor, though, that maybe wealth could give somebody like her the freedom to go anywhere she wants.
Sure he is.
Well, if the evil people take over the city, then there's not going to be much happiness. So
Right.
She's not interested in happiness. So what would
Devotion.
a possible panther person
The Avatar of Bast.
A companion.
So this is why
Little baby cute.
this is where Egyptology would help. I have none of that. Does anybody have Egyptology?
Archaeology?
Oh, do I have any archaeology?
Well, I mean, that's what it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
What it
Yes.
is. Anybody got archaeology?
I only have 1 point.
Well,
There's a time to
I
spend
have 2
it.
points.
There
I
you
will.
go.
There you go. I'll spend
There's
it.
a time to spend it.
Go ahead.
Give me a roll. Spend a point. Actually, no, you don't need to. Yeah.
The priestess
You
of
think
fast
that
roll.
the bargaining points here would be the big things that she would like is more followers to the cult, more people
Devotion.
that would show devotion to Bast, or enough money or treasure that could buy those followers. Those would be the things that would be of greatest interest to her.
Well, this guy's already got a cat with a talisman.
And I have tons of money
Just yeah. Well, we'll
It's just not here. It's buried, you know.
in Peru.
Right.
That'd be hard to. That'd be really hard to follow up on because how the only thing we could say is that we start following Bass, but I don't know how that would work.
Well,
think
by
maybe-
uncovering or finding out what the scrolls say and everything, would that help us to help her grow her community, possibly? Maybe if
That's
we...
a great argument. That by uncovering the secrets that even the ancients had, could draw in
More people.
So by allowing us,
One of you guys want to spend a point of bargain?
I will do that.
Yeah, you
I
bargain
have
that
one
up.
left.
yeah,
So
Okay, so L's spending?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
through proper means, not the way that this.
Yeah, not through the evil,
One of you
manipulative
may
ways.
come down daily to study the scrolls. But when you do, before you do, you must speak of the glories of Bast in a public place and bring one large fish with you.
I love it.
Can we send a liaison in our place?
No.
One who may be.
No, I do not trust the outsider. I have come to have reason that I might trust one of you.
It would-
And Bast, and with that, the cat's head pops up, will let me know if you attempt to double cross us.
I can assure
I
this.
pet Bast.
So
Nice kitty. Like, really hard.
it would
I don't know how to pet
probably
cats.
benefit us to have somebody that can read Arabic.
And
Hieroglyphics, actually. It's not in Arabic. It's
That's
in
the
hieroglyphics.
hobo.
Me.
Oh, no.
You're going.
With your
If I
kitty.
have to kick you down the stairs, you are going.
Yeah, I could speak out in the streets. They just wouldn't know what I'm saying.
No, they won't.
That'd be a fine idea.
Okay.
Next thing you know, he's got a.
So
He's
you're
got
gonna
a
be
following.
you're gonna have a following of cats.
Just like everywhere else. You're all right.
All right. So you guys offer
Yeah,
Samus to do this?
Yep,
if he's willing
Samus.
to, yeah.
yep.
Sounds like not fun. I'll do it.
It doesn't matter if he's willing to. He's doing it.
Okay. Yeah. So you have an agreement to do that then?
No.
Do I have to wash my feet?
No.
Okay, I'm happy.
Cats don't like water.
I don't need them. I didn't know if they would like dirty feet.
You may have to lick yourself, but
Oh, yeah.
that's its own issue. All right. Anything else you guys want to take care of in the Street of Moths, or do you want to try and make it back to your hotel and call
We
it a
out.
night?
we made it.
You're gonna leave the dead bodies in the middle of the street?
We didn't kill him.
Why not? We didn't tell them. We didn't have nothing to do with those.
All right.
Do we need her number?
She'll find us.
Yeah, I bet.
Cyrus come to chase the kitties away. You chase the kitties away?
Anything further you want to do with Van Hoevelen?
I'd like to ask him a lot of questions about what he saw and did at the when he was working with the Clive expedition.
That's certainly a possibility for the next morning. I don't think he's going to be in any condition to answer
Right
after
now.
The amount of booze that
And
Trinidad fed him
and
and
the
the amount of
combustion.
blunt force trauma that Elle fed him.
Yeah.
I got an idea.
What's the two women? What's that all about?
Carlos's worst nightmare. That's what
Let's
it is.
Let's go grab him and take him back to our hotel.
No.
No. I agree there.
Or to a
I-
different place that isn't on the street of moths.
No. We Van Hoevelen is already back at his apartment.
Yeah, I mean, you dumped him there, but
Yeah, I think what we should do is like
Yeah, I mean,
try to do correspondence via letters, like apologizing and maybe explaining.
No.
I don't think so. And I don't,
He's not
going
going to
to
remember anything.
Yeah.
You don't think
What I
he'll
was saying
remember?
is,
I kind of want to take him. I feel
or
like
just spend the night in his apartment, and when he wakes up, have a gun on him. And
yes.
Oh,
what
I
we
can do
want
that.
out of it.
Oh, wait a minute, because then the other guy, the merchant guy's coming in. At what time?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
Go
know.
to a third location.
So take him next door to the guy that actually made the collar.
We don't want to involve anybody else. He'll know
You
about
can-
us then.
find a roach motel. I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
feel
saying.
like we should take him and do that. Find
At
a
least we
roach
don't have
motel.
anybody following us at the moment.
Yep.
You know?
This is a perfect opportunity to take him.
Right now, this is the first time I think in a
No,
year
yeah, we don't-
nobody's following
following
us.
us.
And
Finally,
the only thing we want to take him for is so you
and
can
all
find
it
out
takes is
more
a panther
information.
woman to accomplish this.
Yeah.
We need to give us one of them.
Yeah,
Because
but I
if we
mean,
don't
there's
do
no
that-
there's no motivation for him to tell us anything truthful right
A
now.
gun is a great motivator.
A gun will say, "I'll
He has
say
no
whatever you want me
scrolls.
to say."
Right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Clive expedition. Sure, I was on it. We dug up shit. I gotta go.
No,
you
no,
know,
no, no,
as
we
he
will
pukes
tell
up the
him-
alcohol. Like, he has no.
We'll tell him we have the scrolls.
Yeah.
And we'll try to get him to talk, knowing that we have the scrolls and he doesn't. We have him in a strange
We could
place.
go to the nines on this.
Well, here's
Yeah,
the
Be
deal.
like,
just
we
tell
are
him,
the
we
followers
will
of
kill
Blast.
you
How
if you
dare
don't
you?
tell us.
You will
You
tell
know?
us what you know, or we will fucking eviscerate you.
Yeah.
We should drag one of these
Oh,
corpses
that's
with
what we
us.
should do. We should dress
Just-
up like.
It won't be pretty.
You're forgetting one thing.
Hmm.
That guy knows where to go get the scrolls. He could just go back there and take them again.
No.
No.
I'm just telling you, he got them originally. He knows where they are.
We never asked him how he found the place. My theory is that he wandered and got lost in a drunken stupor and found them.
So you don't.
Well,
never-
he is
so
an
you don't think he knows?
archaeologist.
I don't think he can get back there.
He said it was his greatest find.
Yeah, his greatest accidental drunk
So if a
find
cat
ever.
led us there, who's to say some other deity, whatever, didn't lead him there to steal the scrolls the first time?
That's why we should keep him. We should get him a Roach Motel and find out what we know about this guy. How did he find the scrolls in the first place? What about the whatever questions you want to ask him? Let's just do that.
I think there's nothing truthful that he's gonna say. Like, for all he knows,
If he knows his life is on the line and he doesn't have nothing more,
guys, we
His life has been on the line
have
the whole
his
time.
scrolls.
Not really.
The end. We don't. He doesn't know we don't have the scrolls anymore. But what more importantly is he might think we have them.
He doesn't know.
So then you're not
so,
gonna-
Yeah, he
so then
might
you-
think we have them.
That's right. We're gonna steal the greatest work that he would have ever accomplished. If he doesn't answer our questions truthfully, we will
Yes.
destroy the scrolls.
exactly.
So we don't
Yes.
even have. So we can do this via correspondence. We can walk up there at any time to say, "Now we can talk because you're sober. We have your scrolls. Answer these questions."
I don't think he's going to get sober over this.
He's going to be dead. He's going to be dead. If we don't take him, we're not going to have an opportunity to do that. He's
Like I
gonna
said,
be
this is
dead.
the first time
walking
ever
around with some
that
guy.
nobody is following us.
So if you want to find out anything from this guy, we need to take him because he's going to be dead, and we're not going to be able to go back.
I don't know.
Let's wake him up. He's like, let's. Is there
No.
anything that you could do to sober him up?
Yeah, I could
where's
give
my
him
car?
smelling
Can we
salts.
sober him up a little bit? Can we do it right there and do it tonight? Sober him up, go back, sober him up, and find out what we want to find out.
I mean, you can make him throw up, but honestly, alcohol just takes time. There's no other way to get it out of your system unless you give him a blood transfusion. I don't want to do that.
He might
Alright.
actually be truthful. He
Well,
just might
how
not
about
speak
we
in the...
leave this as a question
For next year?
for next year. 3 weeks from now, we can pick up with
He
you
lives to
guys
the end of the year.
deciding upon how you are
The
going
fate of
to
the guy.
deal with Van Hoevelen.
How we deal with Van Helsing.
And we'll pick up there. Thank you, everyone, for another fun session. Thank you to everyone watching along at home. I hope everybody has a great holiday season. And in the interest of supporting the folks who have made the handouts, if you get a chance and you like Cthulhu parodies, check out the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society's Very Scary Solstice music. It's definitely worth checking it out. They have, they've got some
Really?
great Cthulhu-themed parodies of Christmas songs that are A1 performances.
What is this on?
It's the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society. They're the company that made the handouts that we're using for the campaign.
Okay.
And they have 2 CDs, a Very Scary Solstice and an Even Scarier Solstice, with just great holiday-themed Cthulhu music.
Nice.
Awesome.
Definitely worth checking out. Until next time, thanks for